Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz. Have you along on the radio. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. And I can only imagine the comments are going to be very similar to what we saw during the live stream of the Dallas Cowboys head coaching press conference, introducing Brian Schottenheimer as the new head coach of your Dallas Cowboys.
How does that sound, Cowboy fan? Head Coach Schottenheimer. Head Coach Schotty, as they were calling him today.
Yeah.
Oh, Schotty.
Oh, Jerry Jones is a brilliant man when it comes to marketing. I think we all know this. So Friday afternoon during our show, we kept saying, was it Schotty? Is it not Schotty? There's no way Jerry does a Friday night news dump hire.
Until he does.
Which tells me his level of excitement over his announcement of Brian Schottenheimer. Hell, I was at a Pat Green concert, and my phone starts going. I'm like, I don't even give a damn right now. I'm just going to enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on Twitter and getting all in because this is, bizarre is the best way to say it. I mean, risky, yes, and Jerry acknowledged that today. He took all weekend working on his talking points today, and Jerry's had some doozy press conferences before, but this one was right up there with, I kind of know what you're saying, but I'm not sure you're actually getting to the point there, Jerry.
Well, he did that a lot today, and without really answering the question in some circumstances. So, look, this is... I don't know what you want to call it. And Jerry's trying to deny that it was a comfort pick. It was,
sure,
familiarity, whatever you want to call it, Jerry's puppet, whatever you want to say. But, I mean, come on. Nobody else had any interest in this guy. Nobody called him for an interview. Nobody did anything. This could turn out to be a genius move.
Could?
It could.
It could.
And I'm going to say that is a possibility. However.
I saw your Instagram video, sir.
However. The hope or the optimism of this guy, what is there to be hopeful of when it comes to a Brian Schottenheimer as your head coach?
Well, he's a crier.
Okay.
Learned that about him today. I'm glad he wears his emotion on his sleeve. And here's the thing. Like, to steal the line from my good friend Joe Reinagel, we just don't know. but in reality, I think when I've heard Brian Schottenheimer speak before, whether it's his weekly press conferences, the one or two times I've been around conversations with him when we've been at training camp, but I have not spent personally any real one-on-one time with Brian Schottenheimer. But he's a nice guy. He's likable. He's well-spoken. I think from that standpoint, he's not a robot like Jason Garrett.
Okay. Jason Garrett was a nice guy.
And he still is a nice guy.
Sure.
But he was just so robotic. I do think we will get more authentic from Brian Schottenheimer, which might make it easier as we get closer to it to buy in to what he is trying to do. The idea of his relationship with the Cowboys and with Dak Prescott and all of that. And, he wants to do something that his dad never got a chance to do, and that's win a Super Bowl. Well, of course. I mean, everybody. If that's not your goal, right, then what are you doing? I do appreciate, though, listening to him today. We all learned something. This was actually the 6th time he has interviewed for a head coaching job. 6.
This is the 6th.
Yes.
So the other 5 didn't work out too well.
Well, but he said, I wasn't ready then.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't ready then. He's ready now. We'll see. It just, Jerry tried to tell us this was a thorough process of trying to find a new head coach. Optically, looked like he interviewed 4 dudes that he knows. 2, he was required to do by the NFL. 2 that you really thought had a chance of becoming head coach. If it was more thorough than that, good for Jerry. I would hope so. I mean, because you're talking about $1 billion organization, and basically you're hiring the CEO. I would hope that it would be more like, I liked your dad, your mom's nice, you get the gig.
Yeah.
It's got to be more than that, and I get that. But the excitement level from even seeing his name on the interview list said, is Jerry taking this serious? To what we saw today, the idea of comparing that to seeing the excitement in New York with the Aaron Glenn hire today, his press conference, or Pete Carroll in Las Vegas as the head coach of the Raiders, and we're introducing Brian Schottenheimer as the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, Dak's happy. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Dak is happy. This is who Dak wanted, and so they don't have to change anything for Dak. So everything's peachy. Trust, Cowboy fan. Your quarterback, your highest paid player in the NFL is happy, and that's all that matters. Because I think that's Jerry and Steven's goal now, is just to make Dak happy. The hell with everybody else. As long as Prescott is happy, then everybody should be happy. So we should be celebrating today the hire of one Schotty.
Well, I mean, every coach will hire somebody for their quarterback. That's the way it's done.
Sure.
But in reality, Dak Prescott wanted Mike McCarthy back. So,
boy, don't we miss Mike McCarthy about now? We kind of miss him, don't we?
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. I mean, it is one of those bizarre, but I mean, obviously Dak had input, but Dak doesn't necessarily get what he wants. Otherwise, Mike McCarthy might still have a job, right? So, but hiring a coach for the quarterback, and again, I've got no issue with that. Who's calling plays? Because when it was Dion or Robert Saleh, what did I say? Well, then the most important hire actually isn't a head coach; it's offensive coordinator and play caller.
Yeah,
and to a degree, while I'm not in love at all with the idea of Schottenheimer being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, I will give them that he's got a head start on some of these other guys because of the familiarity in the building. Although, according to Jerry, familiarity wasn't the big player here, which is BS. I think we all know that. We could all see through it today during that press conference in the big room, as Schotty kept calling it.
And again, and I'm going to give this guy a chance because he is he's a football guy, right? His dad was a head coach. He's been around football his entire life. Nobody else thought he was good enough to hire as a head coach, or maybe it was him. I'm not sure. He just not being ready. But he hasn't gotten any other. Nobody stood out saying, when you look at some of these other guys like Ben Johnson, even Slowick of last year, but this guy's the guy. He's the guy. We got to hire this. You never have heard that about Brian Schottenheimer. Not once has anybody. I didn't even know who Brian Schottenheimer was until you see him in a press conference on a Tuesday afternoon.
The reality is, and again, going back pre-Twitter days, all that, I didn't realize he had interviewed 5 other times for a head coaching job. So maybe there was a time where old Marty's boy was going to be the next, and he didn't get jobs, whether he wasn't ready or whatever. But there is something about a guy, as Jerry called him, made me feel good, as a guy that's about to turn 52 in about 2 weeks. He's a puppy with 25 years experience. He called him a puppy.
Everybody's a puppy to Jerry.
Well, I mean, even you, Joe.
Yes.
But in reality, as a young coordinator, 10 years or whatever it was ago, where he might have been interviewing for some head coaching jobs, maybe he wasn't ready. I mean, we've seen guys get jobs early, fail, and then get another opportunity late. Maybe by waiting, you get that experience. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws trying to understand what the hell Jerry did today, to be honest.
It's interesting. And look, this guy's going to go to work. We'll see how he does. But to me, it's no different than it's no different than Mike McCarthy, maybe a little bit worse than that. A Jason Garrett, I see it along the same lines as that. I mean, and it's typical Cowboys. It's what they do. And so he fits the same mold as all the rest, basically. I thought Mike McCarthy, at least Mike McCarthy came in with a Super Bowl resume.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thrilled with that hire, but, it is Mike McCarthy, so we'll see what he can do. And regular season, Mike McCarthy was fantastic. But this guy he's so unknown, completely unknown. So we'll see what kind of ideas he has. What's more important to me about Schottenheimer's hire is not necessarily Schottenheimer. I believe he's a smart football guy. It's what kind of pieces is he going to have to work with. And to me, that's the most important part. I mentioned Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, fine quarterback, average guy.
Average guy.
Average quarterback.
Average
but
quarterback.
I don't know how Dak's going to come back. And I mean that in all sincerity. The guy already couldn't move. He's not mobile anymore, and another severe leg injury. What kind of product is Dak Prescott going to put out on the football field these days? And I think it shouldn't just be me wondering about that. Nobody seems to, everybody, well, it's Dak. He got hurt. He'll be back 100%. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know that he will be. I'm not sure that he will be. He's certainly going to be a statue, if nothing else. Can't move. And so Schotty's going to have to deal with that. You're going to probably pay Micah Parsons a bag.
Mm-hmm.
You paid C.D. Lamb. You're going to have some financial wizardry for the Cowboys to go out and get some free agents. What are they going to do in the draft? There's so many questions for the Dallas Cowboys.
And you just said two words that you don't often associate with the Dallas Cowboys, and that's free agents.
Yeah.
But we did hear today that they would be a player in that market, which is a little bit unusual. And so maybe Jerry, watching the Commandees and the Eagles playing yesterday in the NFC Championship game, will get him to do something a little bit different, to maybe speed up the process to be back in a game that he says he dreams about being in. Maybe they do go spend some money in free agency to go get the pieces and parts, because really for the first time, you almost heard a sense of urgency from Jerry to get back to a Super Bowl and hoist a trophy at his age. He didn't say it in as many words, but in trying to figure out sometimes what Jerry says and what he means, the fact that they will do things a little bit differently does make, and he goes on this whole clock tangent. He knows he's late in the fourth quarter of life, and he wants to get back there.
Probably looked in the mirror this morning.
But the reality is, you can interpret a sense of urgency from Jerry that we haven't heard before. Maybe.
Got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of work to do.
They definitely have a lot of work to do. That is for sure. They do.
Never a dull moment in Cowboyville.
No. And while Jerry might have texted Shefty Friday night, it was about 9 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
A late Friday news dump hire. Press conference Monday, so what are we talking about? The Cowboys, as opposed to a blowout NFC Championship game and one hell of an AFC Championship game yesterday. Let's talk some football coming up. We're going to be back and forth on the games yesterday and what Schotty had to say today throughout the day here on the Blitz. And, of course, you can always be a part of the conversation. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter at Joe Reinagel 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. The station at SA Sports Star. Same on Instagram. Make sure you're following all three accounts on both platforms. We'd appreciate it. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Have you avoided getting your T levels checked? Why continue to live with low energy or low libido potentially caused by low testosterone? Make the resolution to yourself to go get your levels tested at Synergenics. I recommend the providers at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss because their personalized TRT goes well beyond standard treatments. Not all TRT is the same. At Synergenics, you'll get a personally optimized TRT treatment plan from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy. Best thing you can do for yourself is book that initial appointment at synergenicshealth.com. Current patients, Synergenics is offering a $150 referral credit whenever you refer a new patient. Testosterone starts to decline in your 30s, so if you're feeling a loss of energy and drive, it could be caused by low T. Go get checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. They also offer weight loss management with affordable prescription GLP-1 plans. Don't put it off. Book that initial appointment now at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes, placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back, my emotions are stable, and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Rise and on!
It's the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway.
You asked for it, you got it!
Predict the exact score of the big game in New Orleans, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com.
I like this kind of party!
The 50K Big Game Giveaway. Brought to you by Detractor. Score big with Detractor and Seguin. And 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. The Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Friday, the Blitz is going to be live out at Walk-Ons there, 281 near 1604 with our friends from Flight by Yingling, a special Flight Friday. Lots of prizes from Yingling to give away. It's our little last hurrah before the Blitz heads to New Orleans for our Radio Row coverage.
Pretty good matchup.
Pretty good matchup.
Pulling for those Eagles?
Feel like I've seen this one before. Oh, wait. Yeah, 2 years ago in Phoenix.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know, it sucks for Washington fans. 55-23. All the turnovers, but for a defensive-minded head coach in Dan Quinn, for him to give up a 50-burger in the NFC Championship game, you felt bad for him. But turnovers killed that team. Some dude named Saquon.
Well, Saquon was Saquon. And I'll tell you what, Jalen Hurts may have played the best game I've seen him play in a long time.
Yep.
The guy was he was on target. He made good decisions, and I was really impressed with Jalen Hurts yesterday. He was fantastic. So that team came together. But I tell you what, Washington was right there. I mean, they had the chance. They were always within striking distance, and the turnovers killed them. The Eagles scored 3 touchdowns on those 3 turnovers, and I mean, still a blowout if you take the 21 points off, but still, they would have had an opportunity, and turnovers are killers in games like that.
Eagles put it away with 21 in the fourth quarter, outscoring Washington 21-0 to make the final score look lopsided. Because you're right, in the way the Cardiac Commanders had played all year, when they were within striking distance, you never really felt like they were completely out of it.
No.
And until whatever fan put that W stuff all over the Rocky statue, that might have been the death blow right there before the game ever started. Seeing the video of somebody doing that to the statue, and then late in the fight, seeing all right, I'm punching, you're up against now you're wobbly, and now you've just been knocked up out. I mean, to use all of the Rocky whatever, right? I mean, that's what it was, because that was just a total knockout punch. Once Philly got Washington on the ropes, they did not let up. They delivered body blow after body blow after body blow until the knockout.
I tell you what, they put it on them, and you could tell they wanted to do that. I'm not sure. Fans, let me just give you a little pointer from your old Uncle Joe. That stuff doesn't work. All it does is piss off the opponent. So stop doing it. I mean, you may get a laugh out of it. That's great, ha, 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 and then you get your ass kicked in the game when it counts. I mean, come on. Just stop with that nonsense. Will you please? All right, I feel better. Can I just say this? As bad as Commander fans feel right now, I tell you, the future looks bright. That Jaden Daniels he's the real thing. That kid is something special.
Yep.
I know we were saying the same thing about C.J. Stroud last year, and I still believe that. And Jaden Daniels may have a similar sophomore slump in him next year. But if the Commanders go out and do what they're supposed to do, improve that defense and maybe get him another weapon, that team is going to be a something to deal with for years to come.
You look at it, and I mean, obviously you look at stats and they get a little lopsided, especially when the game is out of control. But I mean, 29 of 48 passing. They only had 25 rushing plays in the game. But again, it got out of hand. And the reality is, I think that first possession, Dan Quinn goes for it, and then kicks the field goal.
Yeah.
Like a damn near 20-play drive, and you settle for 3, and then Saquon with a 1-play drive. And at that point, you've got to take advantage of a tired defense, and I don't think Cliff Kingsbury and the offense did enough of that. And you're right, Jalen Hurts was as dialed in as we've seen him in a long time. His passing, his running, and he didn't run a lot, but it was solid all the way through. I mean, that was one of the better games that we've seen from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I was very impressed with his play yesterday. And look, if that Eagles team shows up in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, it's going to be another great game. Last time they met, the Eagles should have won that game. Kansas City pulls it out 38-35. I expect – there's no reason to not expect another nail-biter just like that with these two teams coming in. Philly's playing well. Obviously, Kansas City is Kansas City. So I'm looking forward to the matchup. It should be a good game.
You look at Kansas City, and let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs going for history. The idea that there is so much Chiefs fatigue, Chiefs hate all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I can't root for that team from Philadelphia. I'm AFC all the way.
Yeah.
But in reality, you get a chance to see history, and we're watching greatness. Like, when I go back and I think about growing up, when Michael Jordan was doing this, I don't remember there being Bulls hate, right? I don't. Why is there Patrick Mahomes hate?
I'm not sure.
And it's got to be more than just Taylor Swift. The idea that you're watching something and we have a chance to see something that's never been done, it feels like more people are hoping they lose as opposed to just appreciating the greatness that we're seeing. I appreciate the greatness, but I knew going into the NFC Championship game, I was rooting AFC. I mean, if the Bills had pulled that out, I'd be all Buffalo this week because I just don't want to see them get a trophy. But you do see, Jerry, what a well-run organization can do. They're back in the big game again. But the idea that Buffalo, you go with the Michael Jordan example. How many people were just born at the wrong time?
That's it.
And is that what Josh Allen is feeling? And I know there's been a lot of discussion about that. And he even made the comment, you can't knock on the door, you got to kick it in. I mean, that guy 0-4 against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I don't know how they're friends. But the idea that –
well, he's like 3-0 against him in the regular season, I think. So there's a difference.
I'd rather win in the playoffs.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, the idea that Buffalo was so close, there was one controversial call. I mean, you might go here, there.
It might have been more than one, but I know what you're talking about.
I mean, but there was, well, all right, maybe three. But there was one spotting the ball, which is one of the most basic things in football with the human element. And the two guys coming in from the side couldn't have been further off.
Yeah. One had it as a first down, the other didn't. And just reading articles, a deal about it earlier, I guess they have an all-star referee staff, right? So they've never done this together. The line judge gave it to the other guy because I guess he had more experience or something to that effect.
Better angle.
Well, I guess. But if you look at it, I mean, even Gene Sarator thought he got it in the booth, the official in the booth.
We all thought he got it.
And it was a huge play at that time because the Bills were ahead by one and driving. And so they score there, especially a touchdown. It would make Patrick Mahomes have a little work to do.
The line judge on the far side, initially his spot was coming in about a foot inside the 40. Then the near side linesman came in and said he was short of it. They had two different marks. Let's see what they come with.
After review, the ruling in the field stands as called. It'll be first down Kansas City.
Yeah, and I think we all went, you've got to be kidding me. Now, there's 13 minutes to go in the game at that point, so who knows even if they do score because Mahomes in a moment seems to always make the big play. But then you also had the interception that was a catch that I thought was incomplete because the ball touched the ground and moved. I don't know who had control. They both did. That was a bizarre call. And Travis Kelce can taunt, not get a flag. To me, those were – but in reality, it didn't feel like there was a cheap 15 for Patrick Mahomes.
There were no roughing the passer penalties that I can recall in that game. Was there?
No,
not one.
No, and I do think – I don't know, like the refs heard everything and were probably told, hey. All right? I mean, it felt that way.
It did.
But at the same time, Buffalo – I thought about mid-third quarter. Now, I picked the Chiefs. So, I was hoping for Kansas City to win this thing, especially with what I bet on.
Jeez.
But, Josh Allen, there were a couple of passes there where I thought he was lucky as hell they weren't intercepted. 2 fumbles that bounced right back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Buffalo was getting all the bounces, and you just felt this is their day. This is their day. And Patrick Mahomes says, hold my beer. It's not your day.
Well, it's not your day. And I love, and just I want to address the 13 minutes left. Sure, there's 13 minutes left, but the momentum that did, because Kansas City went down and scored a touchdown there. And so, I mean, that just changed the entire momentum of the game.
Yep.
I realize there's a lot of time left, but still, I mean, that was a momentum killer for the Buffalo Bills as they were moving the football down the field. And so it was a big deal. I don't care how much time was left on the clock. It was a huge deal. And I'm not going to blame the officials. That was one of the best football games I think I've watched in a long time. It was just a damn good football game. And so I enjoyed it. I lost money. I had Buffalo, but it is what it is. And I just thought it was Allen's turn. And, you feel bad for guys like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson because they are in the AFC at the wrong time. Because you've got a guy that just doesn't lose, and it's difficult to beat that guy. And, of course, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes. And look, because I don't care who you are, what team you root for, if you had an opportunity to have Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen as your quarterback, you'd take it in a heartbeat.
Yep, you definitely. I mean, and if you're Josh Allen, because I've gotten some tweets about this. You've gotten some tweets about this because people like to tweet at Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix, at SA Sports Star, include us in. All the, Josh and Lamar been in 8 years. Is it time to move on? Yeah, they've got Patrick Mahomes on the other side.
Yeah.
Right? And I do think there is a difference there, although none of those quarterbacks get the same treatment that Dak does. But I don't know.
Nor should they.
I mean, I think they're all top 10 type quarterbacks. They're all, have the ability. But, if you're Josh Allen, you're losing to the guy every year that's winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. Sometimes you just go, eventually I'll get by that guy. Eventually.
Can you imagine those two guys, either one of them in the NFC? There's no telling how many Super Bowl trips they would have. And I mean that in all sincerity. And look, you look at Josh Allen yesterday, and I'll go back to Lamar Jackson the week before. Those guys didn't lose those football games. They played well enough to win. Their guys have to make plays. Mark Andrews, Dalton Kincaid. You got to make plays for your guys.
Yeah, but Lamar had the fumble and an interception in that game. But
he was Dak Prescott in the first half.
He still had his team in position to win. It's like Danny White.
He overcame that.
It's in a lot of ways they're Danny White. Danny White went to 3 NFC Championship games. It's incredible, and that ain't good enough.
No.
You think about Cowboy quarterback history and you say Danny White and people roll their eyes. I think we would all trade for a Danny White right now to have a Josh Allen type of player because at least you feel like there's a chance, right? And you don't get that. And so what do the Cowboys do? They go out and they hire Brian Schottenheimer as their head coach. They introduced him today. Boy.
You can feel the excitement in Cowboy land.
Oh, man.
Woo!
Yeah.
We're back. Super Bowl, baby.
Uh-huh.
It's happening.
Yeah. We can all feel it.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's talk about what we saw today as the Cowboys introduced Schotty as the new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast because, of course, you do. The best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
We've given Edwin and Vic the day off for Martin Luther King Day.
I didn't realize.
No, this is it's like corporate mandated.
It's kind of like the
only whites working
It's kind of like being Jewish on Christmas Day.
He sucks.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Hey guys, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Have you avoided getting your T levels checked? Why continue to live with low energy or low libido potentially caused by low testosterone? Make a New Year's resolution and go to Synergenics. Their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments, and they have GLP-1 weight loss options as well. For current patients, Synergenics offers a $150 referral credit whenever you refer a new patient. Get started. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Apparently, we've got Cole Wetzel tickets to give away today.
Woo!
Coming to the rodeo.
How about that?
Yes. I guess all week we've got tickets between the Morning Huddle and the Blitz. So tomorrow we'll have Keith Urban. Am I reading that right? Wednesday, Mark Chestnut.
Wow.
Thursday, Sammy Hagar and Nelly. I don't know.
Sammy Hagar and Nelly
Well,
together?
not together.
Oh.
No, Thursday we've got those tickets to give away. And I say we, could be the Morning Huddle, could be the Blitz, so stay tuned for your chance to win. I do know it is a Mellow Mushroom Monday, so we've got a $50 gift card to give away to the Mellow Mushroom. It's one of those days where I think Cowboy fans need a little love. Nice, good, great pizza. Pretzels with that great beer dip cheese thing that they have there.
Right.
Maybe one of those big comfort food.
Sure.
I think, I think Mellow Mushroom is good comfort food, man. Just a good, high-quality pizza.
Absolutely,
right? Best pizza
yes.
in San Antonio.
Sure.
They have the best happy hour in San Antonio, too. Half-price adult beverages. But when you, and I think today, seeing the Eagles punch their ticket to another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
While we're introducing Brian Schottenheimer as our head coach. I think Cowboy fans just need to get it off their chest. So I think for that $50 gift card to the Mellow Mushroom, just at some point throughout the show, we'll take your calls, and at some point we just might say, dude, you need a pizza.
Yeah.
And just give away a $50 gift card that way.
All right.
Not
fair
call
enough.
or whatever, just at some point. Well, with our interactions on the air, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, we're going to give away a $50 gift card to the Mellow Mushroom because I know the excitement level is through the roof right now with the idea of Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, leave it to Jerry Jones to tell us why fans should be very excited about Schotty.
Our fans have been very patient.
Have we?
Very patient. And through you to them, I want to tell them how appreciative that I am of the support and of their interest in the Dallas Cowboys. Now, there's a whole bunch of those fans that look and are interested because they want to see me grovel, whatever it is. But I'm not putting that up there much. But to those fans who have been with us, this decision to bring Schotty in is risky. It's not a Hail Mary and win it. This is the best way that we can go to the playoffs and win.
Oh,
and win.
Brian Schottenheimer. Who knew?
Brian Schottenheimer.
Who knew that he was the secret sauce?
And again, if he is the secret sauce, Joe, why does Jerry consider this such a big risk?
We know what osmosis is, and we know what Schotty grew up around. Not just from that, but we knew, frankly, from the standpoint of Schotty, those X hairs crossed. Schotty might never have been in our mirror or in our view had he not joined us to be with Mike as a consultant 3 years ago, and then has been a coach. I've sat in handfuls of meetings with Schotty. I've listened, I've watched him have deference to his head coach. I've watched him have deference to experience guys like Zimmer, guys like got around. I've watched him bite his lip sometime when he didn't necessarily agree with that direction, but he bit his lip as his daddy would have told him to bite your lip. Have deference to the head coach. I've watched him exercise those things. I've particularly been a part of seeing what's brought this players in here today, guys like Dak. And I know that Schotty is no stranger to these guys. I know he's no stranger to this building. Now, I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone. Without this thing being about me in any way, if you don't think I can't operate out of my comfort zone, you're so wrong. It's unbelievable. This is as big a risk as you could take. As big a risk as you could take. No head coaching experience.
Yeah, he's right about that. I mean, honestly, it's not an exciting hire, but it is a risk for Jerry. I'm not sure Jerry gives a damn about what people think necessarily, but it is a risk.
Well, sure. And again, he's getting his ass kicked by saying he can operate out of his comfort zone, but what does he do? He hires somebody that he knows, that he literally said if he didn't join the staff a couple years ago, he probably isn't the head coach today.
Yeah,
right?
Probably not. No.
Well, I know him. I'm familiar with him. Sometimes, like this whole press conference ended up being about Jerry Jones when he was trying to make it about Brian Schottenheimer, but it always comes back to Jerry Jones. And then sometimes you wonder how tone deaf the Joneses are. Jerry talking about Cowboy fans being patient. Now, he reads and listens to everything, and I think he understands. He just said he's getting his proverbial ass kicked by the fans right now because we've lost our patience with you, Jerry Jones. But then Steven gets up there and actually uses air quotes by talking about this so-called drought.
You always have to evaluate, where it didn't go right last year. And obviously we're also evaluating where it didn't go right, in terms of, this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl. And, we just have to continue to make this roster better. It'll certainly be something that Jerry, myself, Will and his staff, and now Coach Schotty and his staff, we'll sit down and take a look and see what we have to do better. I think we got a lot of great pieces. You ask why Schotty? I think Schotty's the perfect combination of keeping some continuity, but also affecting change, and we have to support that as well in terms of being behind him and doing the things he wants to do. I've walked in Schotty's shoes. I have a lot of deference in myself as well, working with Jerry. Schotty did the same with Mike. Would he do things different? Is he going to do things different than Mike? Absolutely. I'm convinced of that. And, I think we got a great plan on defense. I think we got a great plan on special teams. We're putting that all together. That has to come together as a staff, and certainly Schotty leads that. And as he said, some of his best characteristics are communications and working with people. And I see that. I've taken that in. I've gotten more respect through this process with him, and also talking to other men about the job.
Interesting. Those air quotes that Steven used, obviously if you're listening on the radio, you can't hear that, but he uses the air quotes over the drought.
So-called drought.
So-called drought. I'm not sure. Is there an official drought length of time before it becomes a drought? I don't know, 31 years maybe it becomes a drought?
I hear that, this so-called drought, and I guess now we got to define drought. It makes me feel like arguing over the feels like temperature over the actual air temperature.
Yeah. A lot of people agree with me on that, by the way.
One guy on Instagram.
Yeah. Bill Taylor sent me that today.
We would play it for you, but we can't.
Yeah, that's too many bleeps.
Way too many bleeps. You're tone deaf, Stephen Jones. To even say this so-called drought. You know damn well, with Washington making the NFC Championship game, being the punching bag organization, but also the standard that everybody measures by, whether it's good or bad, that immediately it became the Dallas Cowboys have the longest drought of making the NFC Championship game. Now, they can't say that about the NFL. They can only say that about the NFC because there's a whole bunch of teams on the AFC side that would fall into that category. But everybody is going to take any kind of negative to put the Cowboys up there. And you going all air quote on that doesn't help the case. It makes you look tone deaf, just like your daddy saying that, the Cowboy fans have been patient. We really haven't been patient. But there is something about being a fan of a team, and whether it's the Cowboys or the Raiders or the Jets or, my goodness, what about the Giants?
Jacksonville.
Well, even the Command Skins. I mean, and during 25 years or whatever it was with little Danny Snyder. I mean, when you're loyal to a team, even when they abuse you the way the Cowboys have been abusing us, I mean, it just comes with the territory. My neighbor Hal, his kid is a Bills fan for whatever reason. And so I texted last night, I can hear the crying from next door, and he's like, nah, he's not old enough yet to let him get. And I was like, give him time. Give him time. It will get there. because you just grow up in these abusive relationships, and that's what all Cowboy fans are in right now with the Dallas Cowboys.
But look, it's not going to change. I mean, it's not. When you see the press conference, you see a big beer company in the back, right, that is sponsoring Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
You see when he does it, American Airlines in the back. They're going to continue to do that. I saw something on social media yesterday that some guy said he's sick of it and he gave up. He's been a season ticket holder for 12 years, and he gave up his season tickets. Well, that's one. Nobody else is doing that.
There's
People
a
are going
waiting
to fill Jerry World every Sunday. It's going to happen. You're not going to do anything. Look, it's a blast to go to Cowboys games.
Yep.
Whether you're a fan or not, and it's a lot of fun, and it's an event. People are going to go. They're going to support the Cowboys, win, lose, or draw. And this whole boycott thing, I find hilarious because it's not happening. It's not.
It's almost like, and you know this, here in San Antonio a couple years ago, everybody. Oh, Pop saying this, I'm not supporting the Spurs anymore. I'll give up my season tickets. You know, those were the people that asked us more about the Spurs and talk more about them. They might not have been going, but they were still watching. So they might not spend their money. But I promise you right now, if we gave a $50 gift card away to the Cowboys Pro Shop, we could take caller 99 and the phone lines would line up.
They would.
I mean, because it's your team. You can be mad at them. It's okay to be mad at your team when they do stuff like this. But that's still your team.
Still your team. But you would like, on occasion, for them to do something that would make you happy. And I know the whole saying, you know, you start listening to the fans, you're going to be one of them, yada, 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 whatever. But it would be nice to get the fan base excited. You know, and maybe he wasn't the right hire. Can you imagine the excitement level of this fan base? Had that been Deion Sanders sitting at that desk today?
It would be incredible. And I remember Michael Irvin saying on this show a couple of years ago that Cowboy fans go through this process during the season where you lose a game on Sunday, you're mad as hell, and you're getting divorced. You want nothing to do with them ever again. That's it. Last line. You know, by Wednesday you're coming around looking pretty good again. Thursday, Friday you're kind of dating, and then Sunday before kickoff you're married again. And even the great Michael Irvin, mad as hell at Jerry, mad as hell at the organization because they did not hire Deion Sanders.
Here's my issue. We lost an opportunity here. I don't know what will happen with Coach Schottenheimer and the Dallas Cowboys, but Jerry's a shrewd businessman, and this opportunity, I'm shocked he did not see. I was pushing for Deion Sanders to be the next head coach. And I still stand 10 toes down on that push.
Yeah, he was not happy. He went on an entire rant on whatever show he was on.
His YouTube channel.
So, I mean, he's not happy because he was pushing for that. And, you know, Jerry listens to that, especially when it's guys like Irvin and Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith. You know, and it's true. Those guys, I mean, you don't feel like as a fan, and especially those guys who are ex-players and a part of that family, that the management is doing enough to get this team over the hump. But again, I will credit Jerry Jones for 2023. He put a team on the field that could have competed for a Super Bowl, and the players let him down.
Everybody against the Packers, that was just a disappointment. And as Michael Irvin said, you look around the NFC and you look at what Washington has with a great young quarterback in Jaden Daniels, that you hired Schotty, but Cowboys seem to be losing ground in the NFC.
We have two NFC East teams in the NFC Championship game being played tomorrow. Two NFC East teams in the NFC Championship game being played tomorrow. Our eyes on them. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Our enemies on all front. And they're holding a position that we haven't held in 30 years. First of all, we're losing ground on this NFC. That's 30 damn years. 40 years is a generation. Right here, right now, is critical mass. It was time to bring somebody in here that could shake things up and grab this last leg of Cowboys Nation.
He's not wrong. I mean, it would come down to, though, and in all honesty, and I like Jerry Jones, he would have to give up some control. I think he did that to some extent when he hired Bill Parcells.
Mm-hmm.
But would he do it again? And that's the thing. And if he did that and the Cowboys went on to win a Super Bowl, we'd be right back in the same boat with Jimmy Johnson. That everybody would credit Dion and not Jerry. And I think that's just the way Jerry feels. And so that's why I think he does the things that he did today. You hire a guy like Brian Schottenheimer.
Although, in some ways, and I know Michael Irvin was pushing for his friend Deion Sanders, but he even talked about it being a business opportunity. And for Jerry Jones, who gets smacked around a lot for being more about dollars than wins, he bypassed a potential boatload of money.
He did.
By hiring Deion Sanders to go with what he thought would deliver more wins. He made a football decision, not a business decision, when it came to not offering a job to Deion Sanders, although it could have been a win-win, could have been both. But, you know, Michael's looking at it like shrewd businessman, and he didn't see it. Well, maybe he did, but was that good for the cash register, or was that good for getting us back to the Super Bowl? And he feels like he made a decision that could get them back to a Super Bowl. Whether I agree with that, you agree with that, Jerry's thinking that. He made a football decision, not a business decision. And from a business decision, hiring Schottenheimer was a bad decision because this does not move the needle at all. And that's unlike Jerry to make a decision that does not move the needle.
Yeah, as far as the success of Schottenheimer as the head coach of the Cowboys, it remains to be seen. But again, Jerry's going to have to help him. And I hope that Schottenheimer said, look, and that they've talked in the 10 hours that they interviewed and talked to each other, that they talked about the holes that need to be filled and the way to go about filling those holes. I hope they did, and I hope Jerry said, yeah, we're going to do whatever we can to fill some of those holes, however we need to do it.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you want to get it off your chest, your excitement level of Brian Schottenheimer. Woo! Yeah, 3 more hours to go here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Being arrested is embarrassing, humiliating, and potentially life-changing. If you want to rewrite the script on the worst night of your life, then you're going to need a stable of aggressive and skilled attorneys. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, Attorneys at Law. We are here to get your life and reputation back. Visit TexasArrest.com or call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. As a former major crimes prosecutor, I've seen almost every type of arrest scenario play out, from small degree drug accusations to death penalty capital murders. I've handled almost every type of case the state of Texas can charge you with. At Barton & Associates, we know how to flip the script and get your life back on track. Call us at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit us at TexasArrest.com. That's TexasArrest.com. Barton & Associates, we are here to get your life and reputation back.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
April breeze, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like saddling up and chasing down.
Look at that sweet moolah!
That big old cash cow.
Look at all that money!
File with TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. Simply Free is available to a limited number of taxpayers. See taxslayer.com for eligibility.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first, before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Brian Schottenheimer is the new head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He was introduced today. First move for Schotty is to assemble his staff. It appears his first move will be defensive coordinator, and it looks like former Bears head coach Matt Eberflus will get that job. Eberflus is coming in today to the Star for an interview. He is expected to get that job. Could be history in the making at this year's Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs looking for a three-peat.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Radio Row coverage, getting ready for, well, the same Super Bowl we saw in Phoenix a couple of years ago.
That's exactly right. And it was a damn good one.
It was.
It was a good Super Bowl, right down to the wire. Eagles had an opportunity to win that game, and, well, then there's Patrick Mahomes.
That's how it is.
Doing it again.
That's
the first of what could be a three-peat for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I want to see history.
Sure.
I really do.
We just don't like the Eagles.
Well, I don't like the Eagles, but I want to see history. I mean, even if Washington won, I'd still be rooting for Kansas City. It's funny. I saw on Twitter at NFL_memes who America is rooting for. And up there, Kansas, Missouri, it's the Chiefs. Parts of Pennsylvania is the Eagles. And the rest of the country is grayed out, and it said meteor strike.
That's funny. That is funny. You never know. The Super Bowl could have some excitement, too. If Kansas City wins, Travis and Swifty there might get married. I thought they were going to have sex right there on the field.
You were hoping.
After the game. Well, I mean,
you were
does
hoping.
she remind you of an elf yesterday?
I'm a Swifty.
With those red stockings.
I can't say I was thinking elf.
I didn't know if she maybe had some green shoes with a bell on top.
I can't say that.
So you liked it, huh? Is that what you're saying?
I can't say that I didn't. I didn't study it or really give it much thought other than, of course, she's on the field. That's the girlfriend. I was, I'm wondering if that's the last time we see Travis Kelce in that stadium.
Could be.
I mean, he wins another Super Bowl, proposes to Taylor on the field on the podium, and then does his New Heights podcast.
It would not surprise me at all. In fact, I'm kind of expecting him to retire. Win, lose, or draw. I mean, seriously, I think he's done. I think we've seen this year that the Travis Kelce of old is not the Travis Kelce of now. He had a great game last week. Yesterday was kind of a non-factor, but
big time. I mean, you say that. He drew a lot more attention last week after he shredded the Houston Texans. I bought in because I had him higher in my underdog business, and that kept my entry from turning green. Thanks, Travis. But, it's one of those things. Philadelphia, Kansas City, Super Bowl.
Wow.
2 weeks in New Orleans.
Unbelievable. Starting a week from tomorrow, we'll be doing our show.
Correct.
From New Orleans, a week from tomorrow. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
I think it is pretty cool what Bills Mafia does for opposing players who screw up. They raise a lot of money. Well, yesterday, and I don't think enough is being talked about it, but Dalton Kincaid had a massive drop.
Yep.
4th down, all-out blitz. Josh throws up a prayer that was perfectly placed.
Yes.
Dalton Kincaid had that ball hit him in the hands. It would have been a hell of a catch.
It would have been.
He should have caught that ball.
Yep.
I was surprised watching it that they didn't make a bigger deal out of the drop. And they were more, Romo and Nance were more talking about the blitz pressure. But I thought the drop, oh my goodness, how did he drop that? And then when they showed a replay, Romo realized, he dropped the ball as an analyst by not putting more on Dalton. And the pressure was great. I saw somebody, Chiefs ready for the moment. Josh Allen wasn't. That was a perfect pass. That should have been caught.
With guys right in his face. I mean, look, and I will say that the Chiefs did a great job of disguising that blitz.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it fooled Allen and everybody else on that offense. So he throws that up. I like what he did because I hate it. It was 4th down. It was for the game. I see so many quarterbacks in that situation take a sack.
Yeah.
I mean, throw the ball up. You never know what the hell might happen, and you got nothing to lose at that point anyway. So I appreciate what Josh Allen did. And the fact that he threw a pretty damn good pass that should have been caught was just simply amazing.
Diving effort for Kincaid, but he was kind of diving back for it. There was a lot of traffic there, but, dude, you're in the NFL.
Yes.
You got to make that catch with everything on the line. So what do Baltimore Ravens fans do? They start a fundraiser for Dalton Kincaid, just like Bills fans did for Mark Andrews. Now, I think the Andrews drop was obviously bigger and probably an easier catch. But,
absolutely.
Kincaid should have caught that one, although so far Baltimore fans not near as generous. The goal is $10,000, and I think they're just over $1,200 at this point. So, Ravens fans aren't quite as generous as Bills Mafia, but it's just getting started. One Ravens fan wrote in the fundraiser, let's raise what we can. Please repost. TMZ has it out there. Now, the Bills Mafia, they've raised $143,000 for Mark Andrews diabetes awareness charity.
What is Kincaid's charity? Do we know?
Let me see if I can find it in the story. He's got some. I mean, all these
They
players
all do, right?
have some sort of GoFundMe, drop the ball, return the favor. The Summit Center for Autism, a charity Dalton's worked closely with in the past. So,
okay.
Obviously a great cause. But so far they need to raise more money. But I do like the idea that, man, you feel like crap because your drop cost them a game, but we're going to help you raise some money.
Well, that's awesome. And they're returning the favor. I kind of feel like that's a little tongue-in-cheek. But, if they raise money for a charity, that's a good thing. Hey, $100,000 for Andrew's charity. I mean, that's significant money.
143.
Yes. That's incredible.
Bills Mafia, they constantly do it. Speaking of money, I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to bet the under, but there's a dude that on the Commandees Eagles game took a $1 million bet on the under at 47.5.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a horrible bet. I mean, the Eagles hadn't been scoring a lot of points. You figure the Commanders, to me it was a lot higher scoring, obviously, than it should have been. But I don't know if it's a bad bet. Now, if you got $1 million you're betting on this thing, though, at least you lost it early. I mean, it went over in the third quarter.
9 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, so you start drinking heavily, you just lost $1 million. I actually bet the Commanders over yesterday. We're bet on BetUS. You can do that, just the team itself, right? They've got an over and under for them. So I was happy that they scored the amount of points today, and it kind of saved me because I bet Washington +6, and obviously that didn't work out.
No. I thought over all the way in that game just because while the Eagles hadn't been scoring a lot, you knew Washington would. I thought that game would be more of a shootout. I certainly didn't expect a 50-burger in an NFC Championship game.
No, nobody did.
I mean,
Washington, very generous people.
Philly hit the over by themselves.
Yeah, the Washington Commandskins were very generous yesterday. You talk about charity, turning the ball over.
That Dan Quinn run defense.
Well, is there a defense that's been able to stop that guy yet this year? I'm not sure.
If you're the owner of the New York Giants, do you just call Joe and fire him today?
And not me, right?
No, not you.
Okay.
Joe Shane, the GM of the Giants. Because every time Saquon does something, we just see more and more clips from Hard Knocks in season.
And what's funny about that is that, a lot of people criticize the Eagles for signing him to the contract they signed him to. The guy's 27 years old, and
he'll be 28 on Super Bowl Sunday.
And you know how running backs, their shelf life is not the longest, but this guy looks like he's getting better every year. It's kind of like Derrick Henry, and he's getting better the older he gets, and so that may bring a resurgence, and I hope it does, to some of these running backs.
You look at the running back market flipped, and that's why the Giants did what they did. Go test the market. But the video that circulated again yesterday was Joe Shane on the phone with Saquon saying, we think the right thing to do is let you test the market, but promise me you'll call us back and give us a chance to see. And Saquon said, actually, he never really said I will, but he was like, okay, F you, dude. Because he wanted to be a Giant for life. And you look at the Eagles, the way their front office is run, the way they're able to make things work, and they're back in the Super Bowl. But was this their 8th NFC Championship game, and they still only have the one ring? That's the crazy thing, is you would think as good as they have been and as often as they've knocked on that door that they would have more than one ring. And the fact that Nick Foles is the one that got that one ring, and Tom Brady complaining about that yesterday during the broadcast was funny.
That was funny. We were talking about that, Minix, that I thought Brady and Romo were both very good yesterday. I enjoyed the broadcast of both games and the analysis of both. I thought I love how Brady, I guess, he criticized and then complimented Jalen Hurts because he'd been holding the football too long. And he didn't do that yesterday. His decision-making was much better. And I don't know. I thought they were both insightful and very good.
It was. I think both broadcasts were solid all the way through. Even Joe Buck got in on the mix.
Yeah.
On Twitter, I don't know if you saw this, but somebody was complaining about Joe Buck, who, by the way, is in Mexico right now. There was a wedding that they were all in. I saw Troy and Joe. Everybody's posting, and he was like, "Yeah, me and Tom Brady coming up on." It's just funny.
It was good. It was good. Mexico, huh?
Yeah, on the beach.
Good for those guys. I guess their season's
their season's over.
Over, yeah.
1-2 Cancun.
It's on Fox, right? The Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady gets to go back to the Super Bowl. How about that?
Joe Buck's last trip to Cancun and very poorly for him and his wife?
Well, maybe for his wife.
I don't know.
Probably for him, too. Remember, she was trying to do, I don't know if it was their last trip. They've got a place in Mexico, so they go there a lot.
Ah, okay.
But you remember she was trying to do some sort of handstand on the golf course, and he pegged her in the leg with the golf ball, broke her foot, something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Well, obviously, Joe Buck can't. Well, dude, how am I supposed to remember that? Pledge, you got a mind like an elephant, dude. You remember everything. I remember what happened to Joe Buck and his wife in Mexico. The hell? Jeez.
That was your story.
What do I care? What happened to Joe Buck? Because the guy can't play golf. I've never broke my wife's foot playing golf.
You're not accurate enough.
What? That's
she would not do what Michelle did.
She got in front of him, right?
Yes.
And I remember the story now. Yeah. It's even Gilbert P. Thanks, Gilbert. On our YouTube page says, I forgot about that.
Well, I think we all did.
Well, exactly.
Pledge brings that up out of left field. But I happen to remember it, yeah. But who knows if that was their last trip to Mexico.
Well, it may not have been. I wonder if she plays golf with Joe anymore.
Well, kind of like everybody golfing with you. Stand behind while you're swinging a club.
And I advise you to do that.
Yes.
I would never have you stand in front of me. Well, maybe you, but nobody else.
You couldn't pay me to stand in front of you.
It's a mellow Monday, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. We're giving away pizza.
A $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom.
So it doesn't have to be pizza, but it can be.
You can get a calzone. You can get a burger.
Right.
I recommend the pizza.
Absolutely.
Everything there is good. So, how we're doing the Mellow Mushroom gift card today. Whatever, we'll just take calls about Schotty, the Cowboys, Jerry, air quotes on the drought, Steven. Whatever the case is. And somebody's just going to sound like you need a pizza, and we're just going to give you a gift card. It's that easy.
So give us a call.
Yeah. What's that breaking news up there, Pledge? Heat are suspending Jimmy Butler indefinitely.
Boy, what a clown show that's turned into, right? My gosh. And I know Jimmy wants to be traded, but, dude, you're making a lot of money. Well, you're not now because it's suspended without pay, but, dude, come on.
It's $50 million. I don't want to play here anymore.
Yeah, don't act like a
crybaby.
Yeah. I mean, honestly. You don't
want
There you go.
I'm surprised that was the donkey comment or the clown show comment.
Oh, dude, the Cowboys are a complete Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. I mean, there's elephants and tigers and lions and clowns and all kinds of stuff in Frisco.
Let's talk about the circus. Now led by Schotty, the ringleader. I have no idea.
Gonna be fun.
Well, I know it was fun yesterday at the Rue Pub there at 281 in Redland Road for those conference championship games. Basketball coming up. Obviously, the big game a week or 2 weeks from yesterday. Any big game, any big event, any big fight, no better place to go watch than the Rue Pub there at 281 in Redland Road with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. And when you get into the Rue Pub, go hungry. The food is fantastic. They've got the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu, including the original Wemby burger. They've got that new bison burger. I love the fried shrimp there. So does Joe Reinagle's wife, Maggie, because she has great taste. The fried shrimp are incredible. Pledge, he likes their salads because, well, he's Pledge. Great appetizers, the hot dogs. and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub, just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
On Super Sunday, you could be the crunch time hero. PorkRinds.com is bringing you a game-changing twist to your big day because it's also Pork Rind Appreciation Day. The crispy, crunchy, crave-worthy snack you love deserves its moment. PorkRinds.com is celebrating by giving you a chance to win tickets to the 2026 big game in Santa Clara. Enter at PorkRinds.com and become your own crunch time hero. This Super Sunday, make sure your snack game is on point. Celebrate Pork Rind Appreciation Day. Get in on the action at PorkRinds.com.
Take the guesswork out of buying and selling your home with Orchard. Hi, Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Will your home sell in time? Which upgrades are worth it? Can you keep your home show ready with a busy life? Orchard has all the answers. With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, you can buy your new home before selling your old one. It's simple. Orchard gives you an equity advance, unlocking cash to buy your new home first. That's right, you don't have to wait for your old place to sell. You can move in right away. And no more rushing out for showings or constant cleaning because Orchard sells your old home after you've settled into your new home. Orchard even handles repairs and improvements at no out-of-pocket cost to you. Their local pros know which upgrades bring you the most money, so you sell for top dollar. Buy before you sell and skip the selling hassles with Orchard. Start your free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Joel, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
I'm A.J. Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6, your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We'll get back to Cowboys and Schotty and NFC, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl in a moment. But the more I'm seeing tweets about this Jimmy Butler thing, the more you understand why people get pissed off at NBA players. He was told he wasn't going to start, trade 6 games until the trade deadline for the Miami Heat. So he apparently, according to Shams Charania, was told he wasn't going to start, so he walked out of practice.
Jeez.
Forcing his way out. It is rather bizarre.
Yeah, but what I don't understand, and he will get a job, somebody will want him, but why? I mean, if this kind of an attitude, this kind of a problem, why do you want that in your locker room? I like Jimmy Butler. I think he's a hard-nosed basketball player. But this kind of, childish nonsense is ridiculous. And so I wouldn't want him here. Would you?
No, and I appreciate what it sounds like the Heat brass. This is our culture. You want to be here, cool. If you don't, get the hell out. But because the salaries are so big now, and he probably has so much money in the bank, that getting suspended 5-6 games without pay doesn't hurt. And he'll end up getting traded, so he will be rewarded for the bad behavior.
No, he will.
And that's the part that I think is a turnoff for so many of us. But for him to just walk out a shoot around after being informed that the team would not start him moving forward, so they suspend him.
And it just goes to show how lucky we have been. A guy like Manu Ginobili, right?
Yeah.
And when Pop said, I want to move you to the bench, no problem. Keldon Johnson, same thing. He hasn't been a problem. And so we're fortunate here in San Antonio that the players know what the greater good is. Jimmy Butler just wants out of Miami, but how he's going about it is it's just not right. It's just not. They're going to try and trade you anyway. You don't have to act like a complete fool to get them to do that.
There's a lot of crying in the NBA right now, whether it's Jimmy Butler in Miami or Anthony Davis crying about Wemby.
Defensive player of the year, I don't know. It looked like it's going to go, I don't know. I think.
Do you agree Wemby's going to get it?
I feel like the narrative is being pushed for Wemby to get it, right? Obviously, he's averaging, 4 blocks or something crazy like that. But then it goes back, are we talking about just blocks? Because then I should, so I don't know. I don't know how anything works anymore.
Anthony Davis apparently has never won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
He hasn't.
And pretty good defender.
He is.
But, there's been some other pretty good defenders. But, look, Wemby's going to win this thing. So Davis is thinking, well, they're going to give it to this guy no matter what. That's what he's crying about. And, you watch that interview and you see the look on his face. It's like, why bother? They're going to give it to Wemby no matter what he does. That's what he's saying.
Wemby's award to lose.
It is.
And again, as well as the Spurs played over in France in the first game, the roller coaster in the second game.
Just as bad.
Good night.
Oh, my gosh.
Back home, no practice today. They play Wednesday night.
Yes, the Clip Joint is in town.
Speaking of, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Keith, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing, fellas? First and foremost, I always enjoy the show. I know I could get a good laugh with you guys, but, hey, man, I just, I'm one of those hurting fans, but I got to be optimistic because, hey, Dak, he kind of knows the system. Hopefully they draft a tackle, get that line going again, get a solid running back out of the draft as well, limit his passing, and, maybe they can make it to the playoffs again. Also, I'm in charge of dinner tonight, so that would come in handy. But, yeah, man, go Cowboys.
There you go, Keith. Appreciate the phone call, man. Take the family out. Go over the Mellow Mushroom. You'd have to use your credit card tonight anyway.
Yeah.
By the time you were to get the gift card, blah, blah, blah. So it wouldn't be for tonight. But appreciate the call. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Justin, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? I just wanted some see your opinion on this, what you would do. I made a bet exactly a year today. It was after the AFC Championship, KC versus Ravens last year.
Okay.
I saw on the line it was Chiefs to win the Super Bowl plus 750. I was like, that's awesome. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I put $500 on it.
Wow.
And then after I put the money on, I look at it, and it's a future bet for the Chiefs to win the 2025 Super Bowl. So that thing's just been marinating, and it's $500 for $37.50. I'm wondering what y'all would do.
Well,
would you hedge or you ride?
Well, you got the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. I think you got to ride with that, don't you? Because I'm looking at this, and while we're giving away a $50 gift certificate to Mellow Mushroom, I'm thinking when you win this thing, you're taking us to dinner.
We definitely could do that. So yeah, I just wanted to see what y'all would do, and I don't have that $500, so that $50 Mellow Mushroom gift card would be real great.
Well, I'm with you, but so let me get this straight, Justin. So you made a bet last year on the Chiefs to win. So they win the Super Bowl, and you think you cashed that ticket, then you realize it's for this year's Super Bowl?
Correct.
And so you've sat on that. You've had that slip, probably a magnet on your fridge for an entire year, and you get a chance now to cash that thing in?
Yeah, man.
Dude.
That dog's still in the fight.
Absolutely, man. I think, and you've got a hell of a shot at it. So, man, I would like my odds if I'm you. I'd be, you know what? I'd probably sit in a room all by myself Super Bowl Sunday. And
no, you wouldn't.
No, I would, man.
No, you wouldn't.
Are you kidding me? With $37.50 on the line?
Dude.
Absolutely.
I mean, the idea that I mean, there's jokes to be made about you making the wrong bet to begin with, right? But we'll let that slide because you thought you already won this thing, and then you realized, oh, that's for next year. And the fact that they're back and they're going to make history with the three-peat, ride, baby, ride.
Yes, sir. Good luck to you.
All right, fellas. Ride it is.
Ride
there
it.
you go,
Ride
man.
it.
Appreciate you, Justin. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Husky, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? First of all, proud Holmes Husky, class of '85.
Nice.
All right.
Yes, sir. So I got a couple of things on my mind. First of all, Mondays suck. That's the first thing I want to talk about.
All right.
Second of all, I'm with the boys, Cowboy through and through. That's my team, dear to my heart. And I know my boys aren't in the tournament, but as far as somebody who's a lifelong Cowboy fan, I'm okay with Shoddy because I think it's time to hold our players accountable. You can't be blaming the coaches every time. That's number two. And number three, the 2 weeks in between now and the Super Bowl, it's a long time for me. But luckily for me, I think it's 2 weeks for pitchers and catchers, and I'm very stoked about MLB and my Texas Rangers, guys.
All right.
I'm out.
There you go.
That's a good way to look at
Husky,
life.
Appreciate it. I mean, that's it.
Always a glass half full.
Pitchers and catchers report in a couple of weeks. I just saw the Rangers today signed a 41-year-old dude to a minor league contract.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
41.
Wow.
Don't give up on your dreams, kid.
Wow. 41 years old to a minor league deal. Nice. That's probably a lifelong dream for that dude.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing he's probably a minor leaguer to begin with, but at some point you got to quit living with roommates.
Well, yeah, and traveling on buses.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
At some point. Sorry, Pledge. You can live with a roommate forever. No, I mean, but Pledge gave me the look when I said at some point you got to quit living with roommates. How old are you, 43? You're thinking about it? Yeah.
43.
Supposed to know that number off the top of my head?
Exactly.
I mean, most people do.
Since COVID, it's been a time warp. I'm not sure what year it is.
I think at this point, COVID jokes are out.
See, I'm getting a lot of crap on YouTube about sitting in rooms by myself. Would you party if you had that much money on the line? Because here's the problem with Super Bowl parties. You go and it's hard to watch the game sometimes. There's so many people running around talking, and you got women there that don't give a damn about the game.
They care about the commercials.
Right. And so, people talking and you're trying to watch the game, and
you need better friends.
Well, no.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, if you can't go to a Super Bowl party and enjoy the game and watch the game, then you need better friends.
Oh, perhaps.
I mean,
or I could just go sit in a room alone. Listen to my good friend Tom Brady talk. I will be at a party, but I don't have $3,750 on the line to win
yet.
Well, no. After Buffalo screwed me yesterday, I'm not sure. It's a good thing I got 2 weeks to build it back up a little.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, man.
Here we go.
You talk about all in. I was all in on Buffalo yesterday. All in. But this is Josh Allen's turn. It's his time. Obviously, that didn't work out too well. Damn refs.
You're blaming the refs?
I'm not blaming the refs. Except for that one bad spot. Other than that, no.
That is the world's smallest violin.
Damn it.
Now people are giving Pledge crap for being 43 with a roommate.
It's all right. His roommate, he's like Three's Company, kind of. Only it's Two's Company.
Three's Company. So is Pledge Chrissy Snow?
Well, perhaps. So his roommate would be the blonde chick? There's no guy.
Chrissy would be Chrissy Snow is the blonde chick. Suzanne Summers.
Okay, so who would his roommate be?
The other one.
I don't remember her name. Well, there's no John Ritter. You got to have a John Ritter. I was putting Pledge in that role.
No.
They need to find one more roommate, Pledge. Another female.
What was the roommate's name? The dark hair girl. It was what was her name?
Wasn't Joni, was it?
No, like Janet DeWitt or whatever her name
Janice,
is. Yeah,
right?
but what was her name on the show?
I don't know. That was a good show, though.
Janet Wood.
Janet Wood?
There you go.
Was her name on the show or her real name?
Her real name was Joyce DeWitt.
Yeah, there you go. Her name was Janet? I had no idea.
Janet. That's right.
Who knew? I mean, in reality, Pledge is probably Mr. Furley, but.
Yeah, I could see that, too.
But he didn't have a roommate.
Well, Mr. Furley, he was married, wasn't he? Don Knotts?
Oh, yeah, he was married. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah. And then there was Mr. Roper before Mr. Furley.
Mr. Roper.
Yeah. He was a goofball. Now I'm looking at something on YouTube that
I'm afraid to ask.
I have to ask you about this.
Oh, here we go.
Did John Robbins really think the Commanders were going to the Super Bowl?
Who's asking that?
Rog Freeze or Raj Freeze. You'll have to ask him. Look, I bought into them too. I thought maybe they had a shot, and they did if they wouldn't turn the ball over 4 times.
Any comforting words from my coworker John Robbins, who thought the Commandees were going to the show? There are no comforting words. Yes, he really did think that they were going to go. This was the magical year.
Well, it is 2025.
That's it.
The magical year.
Yes. The hope that was there. I have not heard from John Robbins. Actually, I did. He sent me some pictures yesterday of some burnt ends he did, and he said that, let me find that, it was pretty damn funny. These burnt ends almost got as cooked as my Skins defense.
Turnovers, they'll kill you. 28 points on 4 turnovers. That'll do it.
But it's been a while since Commandees fans have dealt with real pain.
Well, true. It was a daily occurrence for a while.
But they were playing with house money.
They were.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Keep the Cowboy calls coming. Could win yourself a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom on this Mellow Monday. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Especially if you still need some winter gear done with the rodeo here. You need your logo on a jacket, a coat, a half zip, a hoodie, a beanie, whatever it is. Sam's got all the winter gear on display right now, still on his showroom. And Under Armour, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from. If you need shirts screen printed, go see Sam. And if you need caps, he has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom just waiting for your logo. Nobody has better prices, and Sammy is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big, and all items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we were introduced to Brian Schottenheimer. First thoughts.
And we'll preview a strong Tuesday slate in college hoops. Plenty to talk about. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer. Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa. No. Wait. Whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for my good friends over at Prize Picks. It is now or never. The big game is almost here. Don't miss out on the last big one of the season. And Prize Picks is the absolute best place to win cash while watching the big game. And I'm talking about serious cash, 1,000 times your money. And it is so easy to do. And on top of that, we've got money for you. Just check out the promos tab to tail any of our super sweet Millie winners. Big game lineups, you can get them. If you tail a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win up to $1 million. That's part of the promo finds. That's why you go to Prize Picks. I'll tell you what, you want some cash? Use the code Alamo. You get $50 instantly after you play your first game. That's a $5 lineup with 2 times the money. Let's go play Prize Picks. You've been putting it off all year long, or you've been playing along with the other 10 million. Prize Picks is the place to be. Go run your game.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Happy Monday.
At Joe Reinagel 210. At Jason Minix. At SA Sports Star. Same on Instagram and Twitter. Follow all. And there's a great video of Reinagel that he did today from his car. Bitching about talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
How do you know it was from my car?
I saw the video.
Oh, you did? Before Ryan doctored it up?
Yeah.
I figure that's the best place to do it, right? I get in the parking lot, focused, nothing happening in the car, and bam, genius just comes out of my mouth. Complete. Just genius.
Wait, you thought that was genius?
Genius.
You guys go over there and watch that video at SA Sports Star. Yeah, there's a little bit of it. And tell me, and just comment genius or not genius.
Just comment genius.
Just go there and go genius, not genius in the comment section. And we might pick a winner. Just off those comments, somebody might end up with a $50 gift card to the Melting Pot.
Oh, nice.
So, genius or not genius? You tell me, and we'll randomly select a winner from somebody that comments on the video that Reinagel has on our Instagram page right now at SA Sports Star. I'm just curious how many of you think that was genius or not genius.
Yes, if you want to be enlightened, go watch that.
Enlightened.
Enlightened. Yes. Just sometimes. Sometimes I just can't stop it, man. Because it just. Genius just comes out.
Did you just make a shark noise? What happened there? Wow.
I haven't done that in a long time. It's been a while. I don't ever want to do that again. The older you get.
Careful.
Yeah, the older you get, the more careful you become with those types of things.
Coast was the last time, if I remember correctly.
I wasn't young. I was just
drunk. Never trust a fart.
Had to go commando that day.
At least you didn't start your day that way.
I know.
Brian Schottenheimer is your new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Shoddy. Sounds like Shardy.
It does. Maybe that's what Jerry was thinking
We will
today.
see if this is a shark-type hire in a couple of years. Only time will tell. But one of the things that Shoddy has to do is get more out of Dak Prescott. He knows that. He talked about that today at his introductory press conference.
Iron sharpens iron, and Dak and I have an incredible relationship, just like I have an incredible relationship with all these guys. Dak and I know how to push each other's buttons. We know how to have hard conversations. I laugh because I think about in training camp last year, a ball got intercepted, and we kind of had a thing in place where it was like if you throw an interception, you come out. And so I took Dak out, and he's like, "What?" Like he pushed back. He's like, "Ah." And the competitor in him is special. And so I think he and I working together, along with the rest of the guys, putting together the system. There'll be tweaks. There's going to be changes. But he's the type of worker that changes an entire organization. And I think he and I see the game of football offensively very, very similar. And we'll have tons of communication moving forward on some of the thoughts of things we want to do, whether it's tempo or, some of the different things we're trying to do with our play action passing game, the run game, things like that. But he's easy to talk to, and I love and respect him along with all those guys.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really nice.
I mean, the reality is, if his name wasn't Brian Schottenheimer, and we didn't have a negative opinion of the Shoddy being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys from the moment we heard he was interviewing to the late Friday night news dump to the press conference today, There's been so much negativity that Schottenheimer is the guy. The reality is he won his press conference today. He had a good press conference. He had a good, solid opening press conference.
That's great.
He said all the right things. If his resume matched what we heard, I think Cowboy fans would be over the moon excited. If he were one of those, if he was the Ben Johnson, or you look at Aaron Glenn, fiery press conference, fired up the fan base today. I think a big part of the reaction right now is it seems out of left field. It seems like he's just going to be another puppet for Jerry Jones. But he is a likable guy, great communicator, good on the podium. He was good with all his press conferences as OC, even though I didn't know why he was doing one every week because he wasn't the play caller. But in reality, you would say, if you were just scoring it fairly, he won his press conference today. He wasn't talking about biting kneecaps and everybody making fun of that. And remember, nobody thought Dan Campbell was going to have the success that he has had when he was introduced as the head coach of the Detroit Lions.
No, they didn't. But again, what I'm more anxious to see is what kind of a team is assembled around him. What the Detroit Lions did for Dan Campbell is they went out and put a team that he could coach and bite kneecaps. And they've got some talent. The Cowboys are lacking in that department in several areas. So Schotty can do it. Look, I have no doubt the man's a football man. He knows football. I have no doubt about that. But what kind of pieces is he going to have to play with? And that's more important to me than the hiring of Brian Schottenheimer. We can have fun with his hire and all of that stuff. And yeah, I think it was a comfort hire for Jerry. I think he is. Jason Garrett, he's another puppet for Jerry Jones. Jason Witten's going to join his staff. Nobody else credible would do that. I just don't think they would. So all of that is true, but what's more important to me is what kind of team is he going to have to work with? You put some talent on that team, I have no doubt Brian Schottenheimer could be successful.
Now, therein lies cap management for Jerry Jones. And they did talk about free agents. They're going to have to restructure some deals, including Dak, because that cap hit right now, even though right now, I mean, it's massive, 90. We know it won't be there by the time they've got some work to do. And Jerry talked about, how he's going to go about that as the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys.
You hear me talk about, we have to manage the cap. Why not this free agent? Why don't you go do this? Not necessarily why didn't you go do that with that, or the timeliness of how you did it, but why didn't you go do that? That's all management, okay? I want our fans to know that I can manage really good. I do real well managing.
Really? Grade yourself.
I know that bank account's full, that doesn't mean you got money. It just means you hadn't paid your bills due 60 days from now. So you got to look around the corner. You got to be good at it, and you got to live with the time that you're looking around the corner. Okay? And so that's what you see here. No apologies. Everybody has to do it. We obviously hadn't done it well enough. I think our first Super Bowls that I was involved in were before the cap. And so we have to do a better job in that area. Can we? You bet you can. You bet you can. Now, all in, we just spent some of it for Dak. We spent some of it for Lamb. We spent some of it for several of our players. It was an allocation, an anticipation of what we weren't going to spend or not spend in the future. All of that said, we, Stephen, me, spend a lot of time in this area. And I'm not talking about just sitting there in the office on a chalkboard. I'm talking about 3 o'clock in the morning when you can't sleep and you're sitting there doodling that cap.
Doodling.
I love that guy. I really do. I'm a fan of Jerry Jones. What Jerry's just talking about, Jason, is pushing that credit card down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about restructuring contracts. It's exactly what you have to do.
Doodle the cap.
You got to push that down the line. So Jerry wants to pay the credit card bill in 60 days, not 6 years from now. And that's what you're going to have to get over. That's why he didn't do anything this year. He did nothing this year.
Because he's setting it up for next.
Well, we'll see about that.
We'll see. I mean, and it will be interesting to see how they handle the offseason, how they handle free agency, how they handle their own free agents. Last year, they let a lot of guys walk, and they didn't really replace them because they had those young guys draft and develop.
Has Mozzie developed yet? I'm just wondering. I'm waiting for the answer to that.
In what way, sir? I mean, his appetite seems to be developed.
Football player.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't be on the success list.
Okay, I'm just asking.
At this point.
How about Schoonmaker?
Yeah, I mean, he was bad and not so bad this year. Not great.
Now, I mentioned the failures.
Are you going to balance things out?
I'll mention the successes.
All right.
Right. Overshown.
Yeah, until he got hurt.
Success, yeah, absolutely. Sam Williams, I think, is going to be a fine football player.
Until he got hurt.
They got to stay healthy, obviously. I'm telling you, Trayvon Diggs, is that guy ever going to – I don't know if he's coming back.
He just had another knee surgery.
He's not going to hit training camp, nobody thinks, and it could be even longer than that. And you got to wonder what that's going to do to him long term too. So, look, there's a lot of holes to fill. I think we both can agree on that. But Jerry's going to have to do something if you want to be successful, because Washington's not going anywhere. They got a quarterback on a rookie deal. They can do some things. They're not going anywhere. Philly, who knows? I mean, Barkley's got 2 more years there. So if you want to compete with those teams, and who the hell knows about the Giants, what they'll do. But if you want to compete with Philly and Washington, you're going to have to make some moves and put some talent on this team.
You know, and maybe that is the best thing for the Dallas Cowboys was Jerry yesterday watching 2 teams in the NFC East in the NFC Championship game. A lot of times I think teams put together to win their division. What do we have to do to win their division? You know, some will say, all right, the Bills, man, they've got to build themselves to beat Kansas City. They haven't done it yet. But you've got to win your division first. And you look at all those teams in the NFC North, kind of how they're structured. And now with Ben Johnson, you got to include the Bears in that conversation. Cowboys now know Jaden Daniels isn't going anywhere. Jalen Hurts, say what you want about him, but dude's playing in his 2nd Super Bowl in 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah, and I appreciated his answer yesterday when he said, I don't play for stats. What is it going to take to win the game? That's what Jalen is going to offer you. And he's won a bunch of games.
Well, and yesterday he looked really good.
He did.
I mean, that was one of the best games I've seen him play in a while.
It's unfortunate. I mean, yes.
Yeah, because he didn't look all that great against Green Bay. But Barkley is playing like a superhero.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. More on the Cowboys' new coach and the Super Bowl matchup between Philadelphia and Kansas City as we continue here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an OrthoNow injury clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. OrthoNow provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains. They're conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, OrthoNow has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the OrthoNow Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at SASportsStar.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight. And you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back. My emotions are stable and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Once again, that's Indeed.com/credit.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys have a new head coach. His name is Brian Schottenheimer. Of course, he takes over for Mike McCarthy. First order of business, hiring a staff. And it looks like his defensive coordinator is at the start today. Former Bears head coach Matt Eberflus. Eberflus coming in for an interview. He is expected to get that job. And the Kansas City Chiefs, can they do a three-peat? They'll get their chance against the Eagles February 9th in New Orleans.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo
17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on a Monday afternoon. If you're listening on the radio, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Maybe you're listening online, one of the various apps. Appreciate you tuning in on this Monday. Super Bowl is set. Cowboys have a new coach, and Joe's got an inflated ego thanks to you.
Genius. Yeah, it's amazing how many people realize genius when they see it.
The idea of sarcasm is not lost on you. But
I'm not being sarcastic.
On Instagram, at SA Sports Star, Ryan Eagle's got a video up talking about the Cowboys coaching hire and all that. He said it's genius.
Genius.
So what we've asked you to do is go watch the video and comment. Genius or not genius, and we'll randomly select a winner for a $50 gift card to the Melting Pot. Some of the comments, somebody asked if there's an NFL fan base portal. Genius, this guy is on to something.
Yep.
Genius, none. Genius, not genius, just stating the obvious. Genius, Joe, you are a genius.
Yes.
Genius, the most genius person to ever live. Not genius, but factual. None, as long as those two absolute buffoonery circus clowns are flanking any player or coach. Next topic. Not sure if that falls under genius or not genius. But
not sure.
That doesn't help you win a gift card. And genius.
Got it off the chest, though, and that's the most important part.
And we're doing that today. So on Instagram, genius, not genius, to win a $50 gift card to Melting Pot. On the radio, you want to get it off your chest. We're giving away a $50 gift card to the Mellow Mushroom on this Mellow Monday. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Just call in. At one point, somebody will say something. Will say, dude, you need a pizza. Because I think most Cowboy fans need comforting today.
Yeah.
And, pizza, it's kind of my comfort food. Good go-to, especially from Mellow Mushroom. It's fantastic. So, yeah, get it off your chest.
Yes.
Mellow Monday. The Friday night news dump hire from Jerry. And you know damn well when you're announcing a head coach at 9 o'clock on Friday, you know the excitement level is shoddy.
When you think about it, when I saw that, and when I first saw it, I thought, well, we expected this, but this is kind of a weird time to do it. He could have waited till Sunday to do that, right before the championship games, and maybe made a splash. But it says a lot. It says a lot right there. You did it on a Friday night, and most people didn't see it till maybe Saturday morning. Who knows? But it is kind of a weird time to be doing that.
Well, again, Friday night, people are out. I was at a Pat Green concert, and my phone starts going nuts, and I'm like, here we go. And I just kept drinking because I didn't want to have to, get on Twitter and get sucked into that. And you're out doing things. You could have been at the movies. You could have been,
right.
At home watching a movie. At that late, some of you are probably already in bed. And then I don't know if it was supposed to be a compliment. I'm paraphrasing, but Brian's been known as an assistant coach his whole life, but not now. He is that. I'm like, oh God. Really? Really?
Well,
really?
Yeah. And he calls Shefty. Jerry Jones did, or text him.
Yeah.
With the news. So Shefty could break it out there. Does Shefty ever sleep? That dude, you ever just want to put your phone away and turn it off for a while? He can't do that.
He can't do that. No,
wow.
But a job like that, that's one of the things with Woj. Those guys, Shams, multiple phones. I remember being at an event one time with Wojnarowski.
Yeah.
And he had two phones. And they were nonstop. It was an all-star game event. And just nonstop. People are having fun. Most everybody was drinking. And this dude was just back and forth on his phones. And it's like, at some point, man. At some point. But then again, look at his paycheck and mine and go, well, if I was getting paid that much too, I wouldn't sleep.
Well, and those guys, I mean, that's their job is to break news. So you can't put your phone away, and you got to be on it. That's the life you've chosen. That's the life you've chosen. But I find that fascinating. So I don't know what Adam Schefter does on a Friday night, but obviously whatever he was doing, he had his phone next to him, and he got the text from Jerry Jones, and the rest is history.
I mean, Schefter did tell the story one time, having sex with some rando that he met in Denver and had to stop in the middle to break some news and then get back to work. So, yeah, to answer your question, no.
I don't find Schefter as a dude that might have picked up some random chick in a bar, and he just doesn't seem like that type of guy. But maybe he's suave and schwanky when he gets a couple of drinks down him.
I think everybody is at some point
somebody for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was some barfly who's just lonely for the night and says, "Oh, you'll do."
I'm seeing some breaking news.
Really?
Yeah, local high school news. This is big. Bernie ISD has released a statement on Twitter. Would like to congratulate Coach Shea Hendricks, on his new career opportunity with the University of Arkansas.
Oh, wow.
While we're sad to see him leave Bernie High School, we're immensely proud of the legacy he leaves behind and grateful, Coach. Like, wow.
Well, that's great. Is he going as a coach?
I would assume. I mean, good dude, hell of a coach, but man, you're going from Bernie High School to University of Arkansas.
Hey, that's
great. That's a big move.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a point when Jeff Traylor left the high school ranks to go straight into the college, and David Wetzel did that, leaving Reagan to go to Baylor. But that seemed just
congrats.
out of
That's
left
great.
field. Had not heard anything about him potentially leaving.
Very
so
nice.
Huge news.
Very good for him. Congrats.
Says here on the screen, a frustrated, lifelong Cowboy fan. Chris, welcome on to the Blitz.
Yes,
You're
sir.
not alone.
Grateful for you guys, and I'm of course frustrated with the coaching hire. I was hoping for somebody with more clout, but I'm like I said, I'm lifelong. I used to cry when the Cowboys lost when I was a little kid, and I'm just hopeful that Schotty can, break through with the Marty ball, and that we make it back to the conference championship.
Is that right, Chris? Hang on, is that just your goal?
Yes.
Just to get to the conference championship? You didn't say Super
No, of
Bowl. You
course.
didn't say win the conference. You just want to get there?
I want to win it all.
There
for
you
sure.
Dude, you got to walk
I wanna
before
win
you
it
can
all.
run, Chris. So
Yes,
getting to a championship would be a nice change of pace.
Exactly. And then, this is off subject, but, the Longhorns lost too. But I did go to Smithson Valley, and I'm so grateful that they are state champs. So I can fall back on that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Larry Hill finally got one this year, which was just incredible. But, being a sports fan, as great as it is, it can suck.
Yeah, it can.
I mean, I'm, lucky in the sense of my Cowboys have won 3. In my heyday of, the early 90s, they have those 3, right? Been a long time. But my New Jersey Devils in hockey have won some Stanley Cups. The Astros finally have some World Series championships. The Rangers finally got one. Longhorns winning it all in 95. The Spurs run has been incredible. Like all of my teams that I root for have won it all at some point in my adult life. But the one that matters the most, they haven't done anything.
Jack.
Yes. Jack Schotty in, like my daughter's life, the one that I care about the most. I mean, that's what I try to tell my kid. She's 26. Spurs have won 5 titles in her lifetime, and the Cowboys haven't been to one NFC Championship game.
Yeah, you better hurry. She's going to turn into an Arizona Cardinal fan. She's going to pull an Emmitt Smith on you.
Well, that lasted 8 minutes. So, no, I'm not worried about.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that either. The Arizona Cardinals aren't going to be doing anything anytime soon.
Talk about teams that haven't done anything.
Well, Schotty's here. We'll see what he does. Again, who he's going to hire. If this report is true, Eberflus, solid defensive coordinator.
I like that hire. I know he gets panned a lot for some of the boneheaded mistakes he made
He's
as
a horrible head coach.
Clock management, situational football, at least what he said on the podium after some of those awful decisions. But the reality, guy's a great defensive coach. And there was a time where they thought he was going to get promoted up to be the Cowboys defensive coordinator, and people were pissed that he left. So coming back in, and that's what we need to see how Schotty fills out the staff, is guys that have been former head coaches, guys that have been around the league. I mean, he's a lifer, so it's not like he's one of these 28, 30-year-old hotshot coordinators who don't have a lot of skins on the wall. He's been in a lot of different places with a lot of different people. So hopefully those experiences, he's learned from all to create his own culture as a first-time head coach. But at the same time, now let's see what that staff looks like.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. And what kind of players is he going to have on the field? The only thing I think people get upset with is the fact that Schotty, I mean, his resume is not exactly stellar. I mean, everywhere he's been, it hasn't it doesn't stand out too much. And the fact that nobody else took the time to pick up the phone and give him a call to say, hey, you want to interview with us?
Mm-hmm.
And it was nothing. It was only Jerry.
It was only Jerry.
And Jerry just had to walk down the hall.
Well, actually, I think Schotty's contract had expired. His key card might not have worked.
Well, maybe not.
In all those interviews. I don't know. Let's talk about what we heard today during the press conference. Brian Schottenheimer, your new head coach. How you feeling about it? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you're having any issues with your plumbing, your heater, your AC, there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899, 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. They've got a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau, and at Quartermoon, they are green certified. 210-651-5899 is the phone number, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Well, family, this new year is off to a great start. Everybody, how are those New Year's resolutions?
Dear, my resolution is to cut my damaged hair and just start over.
Dad, my resolution is to take better care of my skin. It's so dry. Ew.
Pops, my New Year's resolution is to work out at the gym. Go up and drink a gallon of bottled water every day.
My resolution is to take up skydiving.
Mom, you're 96.
Don't you make me get it.
Family, my resolution is to replace all our appliances that have been destroyed over the years by hard water.
Sounds like your family needs to start the new year off with installing a Connecticut water system and get a head start on all those resolutions.
This guy's making sense.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut.sa.com.
Score big with LS Tractors at Dietz Tractor in Seguin, the MVPs of the field. LS Tractors, the star quarterbacks of farming, perfect for tough tasks for farm, ranch, and landscaping. Dietz Tractors has your all-star coaching staff for top-notch equipment. They're not just selling tractors, they're building lasting relationships with unmatched dealer support for parts and maintenance. It's a winning strategy that goes beyond the final whistle. Don't miss the game-winning move. 0% financing available with approved credit on LS Tractors. Start blue, stay blue at Dietz Tractor in Seguin.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Have you avoided getting your T levels checked? Why continue to live with low energy or low libido potentially caused by low testosterone? Make a New Year's resolution and go to Synergenics. Their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments, and they have GLP-1 weight loss options as well. For current patients, Synergenics offers a $150 referral credit whenever you refer a new patient. Get started. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Smoky Moe's is the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio. Tailgating or game watching? Create your own party pack with your choice of meats, including brisket, turkey, sausage, and home-style sides, including our new bacon cheddar potatoes. Smoky Moe's barbecue gets its delicious flavor and aroma from quality meats prepped with our unique spice blend. Smoked low and slow over post oak, in-house, every day. Smoky Moe's is great Texas barbecue, served fast and friendly, with 8 locations. Find the one near you at SmokyMoe'sBarbecue.com. Smoky Moe's, the pit is lit.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
Rise it hot! It's the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Big Game Giveaway.
You asked for it, you got it!
Predict the exact score of the big game in New Orleans, and you could score $50,000. Make your predictions now at sasportstar.com.
I like this kind of party!
The 50K Big Game Giveaway, brought to you by Dietz Tractor. Score big with Dietz Tractor in Seguin and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Super Bowl is set. Philadelphia, Kansas City.
Philadelphia, those same Eagles that are in the NFC East?
Yes.
Cowboys rival?
Yeah.
That same team?
Yeah.
Okay.
All next week. Blitz will be live in New Orleans for AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Row coverage. Brought to you in part by Flight by Yingling, Synergenics, Smoky Moe's Barbecue, Circa Las Vegas, and Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. In fact, there's a fun kind of old school video game at porkrinds.com.
Oh, yeah?
You can go in there and start playing that game, and basically you're registering to win tickets for next year's Super Bowl in Santa Clara.
Oh, wow.
But the video game is addicting. It's one of them old school, like 80s style games, but it's fun. But it is addicting. Porkrinds.com if you want to do that.
Check it out.
And for those of you that say, man, I missed out, I want to go next time, details coming soon, but if you need to book flights, March 27th through the 30th, we're going to be live at Circa Las Vegas broadcasting.
Looking forward to that.
Thursday and Friday and the weekend.
Looking forward to that. I saw a video that President Trump was walking through Circa this weekend.
Dude, the room that we did our show in is where he held that rally.
Yeah.
For the no tax on tips plan. And watching him walk on the casino floor, walks up to a dude at the craps table, and walking with our friend Derek Stevens, who then talked about he had a few minutes alone with President Trump, and there's a clip on social media on some of the broadcasting that they do there live from Circa on VISN. He talked about some taxes on gambling stuff that I didn't know existed.
Really?
That obviously he would like those to go away too. It was very interesting.
I would too.
You could go find that on the socials, but just to have a sitting president walking through a casino like that.
That's kind of cool. I think if I saw this right, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because I just kind of glanced at it this morning, but as you walk along the long bar there at Circa.
The mega bar.
Yeah, right there. Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, there was but I'm just I mean, the as crowded as it looked, I don't think people realized that the president was going to be walking through.
Oh, I bet they realized it because they probably had a Secret Service guy crawling up there behind.
No, I think the people that were there gambling, they had no idea that was going to happen. I think they probably knew there was going to be a rally, but, the secret entrances and things like that, because that casino floor, people were all over the place.
Wow.
Not like they were getting ready for a rally and to see, can I get into a spot where he's going to walk by? I mean, they're playing, and all of a sudden, here comes the president.
Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, you're just sitting there playing and
you're
asking for some cash.
Regardless of your politics, I mean, you're in a room with a sitting president.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's just cool.
I think so. And so I was excited when I saw that. And I tweeted you or texted you and said, "Well, I sent that to you last night."
Yeah.
And I looked. I said, "Well, damn if you didn't."
That's Joe Reinagel.
Wow.
Day late and a dollar short.
I know it. Story of my life.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Hey, Charles, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
I got to hear about Mark Schottenheimer.
What?
Head coach, Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
Mark, he's good. He's real good.
Do you have a relationship with him? How do you know he's good?
He seems like a real good guy. Mark Schottenheimer.
Mark. Yep.
And Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, Marty's his dad.
Coach.
Yeah.
He's going to be a real good coach.
We'll see.
But we'll see. I mean, obviously, you look at it, and the idea he's been a good coach for a long time, but he's never been a head coach. The fact that he mentioned a couple of different times today, man, Jerry, you put me in the big room. But he also said while he's interviewed for head coaching jobs 6 times in the past, this being his 6th interview, that he wasn't ready before when he interviewed. He is now. And I would imagine at some point in your career, you're ready or you're not. And you go through, when somebody calls you to interview, whether you think you're ready or not, you go for the interview. He says he's ready now. So it will be interesting to see what he can actually do as head coach, because he can't just be about calling plays and that sort of stuff. He's got to be a head coach for the entire team. And that starts with setting a new culture in Dallas.
Quickly about culture, things that I believe in. The family first mantra, which is embodied by the Jones family. To do and make the sacrifices that we make in order to pursue excellence, it requires the sacrifice, and you need to make it fun. My conversation with the Joneses has been incredible. We see football the same way. It's a first-class organization all the way. You can't. I've never been in the big room, Jerry. Stephen, I've never been in the big room. But it's a first-class organization. But please understand this. A first-class organization is not just about the structure or the walls. It's about the way that we treat one another, about the way that we earn each other's trust and respect, and the way we just treat our fans. We treat the people that matter to us most. What I'm going to challenge these guys to do is to let their personalities shine. We've got some incredible, incredible players. We've got incredible support staff. The strength staff is here. That means the world to me. You guys took the time to come up here. But to do what we need to do, it's going to take incredible amounts of hard work, but we're going to do it together. Our team, the Dallas Cowboys, will be driven by a competitive spirit and a love for one another.
All right. Oh, we're going to have a love fest at the Star in Frisco. So
What a competitive spirit.
That's great. I already a little worried about him and Dak's relationship. They sounded pretty cozy. But I guess
I love you, Dak.
You know, you're going to let their personality shine.
Mm-hmm.
How about they just play football? How about that? How about just play football and do it right? Do what you're getting paid to do. How about that? That would be nice.
Well, I mean, the idea, will he hold guys more accountable, say, than Mike McCarthy did? One of the fears that I have when you're promoting from the staff is, are you doing anything to change the culture? Because some of the things that we've bitched about for the last 5 years, I think are the tone set by the head coach. To a degree, the owner, but penalties, that kind of stuff, are they being held accountable to a certain standard? One of the things with Marty Schottenheimer, and if Brian learned anything from his old man, he was that way, a little bit more of a hard-nosed coach. Now, Brian is much more a coach in 2025 where he's not screaming and yelling, but do you still have some of those old-school principles where you do hold guys accountable? And the other thing, the offense. How much of it will be like Mike McCarthy, and how much of it will be a little bit more of the modern NFL type of offense?
The starting point for me would be things that our players do well. You're always going to start with that. If your system's not flexible enough to do what your players do well, then you're probably in the wrong business. But I'm a big believer in cut splits. I'm a big believer in shifts and motions to distort things. We're going to do a great job of marrying our runs and our passes and make those look the same. I'm proud to say that 2 different times in my career as a coordinator, we led the league in rushing, and they go hand in hand. The running game and the action passing game go hand in hand, but I would say there's a tempo element that we're excited to mix in that our players have all shown an affinity for. And let me expand on that a little bit. Why do players like tempo? Well, they like tempo because it allows them to play free. You guys have heard some of the play calls. Dak could rattle off 4 or 5 of them right now. They're pretty long. So when you go fast and you're playing on the ball, these guys, it's a little bit more like pickup basketball, you know. And those would probably be the biggest things that I would say from an offensive standpoint.
I like what he says there. Little up-tempo,
Yeah.
I think is good because we talk about that. The Cowboys seem to move the football better when they were in a 2-minute drill.
Yep.
So I like that. Up-tempo is going to be good. Again, there's nothing in me that doubts that Brian Schottenheimer is a football guy. He knows football, well-versed in it, grew up in it. All of that stuff is great. Can he manage a team? And that's the main thing. You've been a coordinator your entire career. Now you're the boss. You've got to manage everybody, not just worrying about the offense. You got to do it all. So that's going to be the telltale sign. Can you get that done? And I'm with you. The accountability, there needs to be there. They really do, especially if you're talking about penalties. You're talking about just dumb things on the field on a Sunday afternoon. All of those things are going to have to be managed, and I want to see how he handles that.
Well, and the other part, too, we've seen Jerry go back and forth on this, but he is the head coach. He's not just running the offense. Jerry, at times, I want to walk around head coach, have coordinators doing the play calling. So with Schotty coming in, is Schotty also going to call plays?
Let me say this. We wanted Brian to call the plays. We cherish his relationship with our players. We want him to call the plays. As my mind and our mind would drift around to alternatives, I believe he doesn't have to speak for this, but I believe if he doesn't call the plays, he probably not with the Cowboys. He doesn't have to speak to that, and he probably might not know himself, really. I'm not talking down.
Thanks, Jerry.
Well, so if he called the plays the last 2 years, he probably wouldn't be here? Is that what he just said?
No, if he wasn't going to be the play caller, he wouldn't be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Which I find interesting because Jerry danced around and never did answer the question on what ultimately went wrong with Mike McCarthy. He called plays 1 year. or the first year of Mike McCarthy taking over play calling duties from Kellen Moore, that offense was incredible. Dak finished second in MVP. But there's been some things over the last couple of weeks that there were some disagreements between Schotty and Mike McCarthy and maybe Dak and Jerry and others about that. And last year the offense wasn't as good. I do wonder if Mike McCarthy was told you can still be the head coach, but Brian Schottenheimer is going to call plays moving forward, and Mike isn't there. They didn't say that today, but you hear all these different things, and then you hear an answer like that, and you see who becomes the head coach and play caller when they thought they might be able to work something out with Mike McCarthy. I wonder if they were going to take away the play calling duties from Mike McCarthy and just, yeah, you can be the head coach, but we want Schotty calling plays.
That could very well be, but I think it was more of a financial thing for Mike McCarthy. I'm not talking about what he was going to get paid, but he wanted a long-term contract. Jerry, apparently, from the reports we've heard, people we've talked to, he didn't want to do that. So I don't know that it's anything where Mike McCarthy was like, "Ah, shucks, they don't want me anymore." I think Mike McCarthy wanted out of that building because he didn't like the way things were going, and he wanted to get paid, and he wanted a long-term situation, and he didn't get that.
He's coming off of a 5-year deal. Schottenheimer, by all accounts, has a 4-year contract, although I have not seen what the dollars are.
Have not either.
If anybody has seen a dollar amount for Brian Schottenheimer, tweet it to us at Joe Reinagle 210 at Jason Minix. I have not seen it, so I have no idea. My guess is probably not as much as what Mike McCarthy was getting. First-time head coach, 52-year-old dude. Probably get him for a little bit cheaper, maybe $3 million instead of $5 or $7 or whatever. I mean, who knows? I don't know what he was making as a non-play calling offensive coordinator. He's getting a big raise and a 4-year contract. So his contract is married up with Dak's. And I wonder if Mike McCarthy was offered a 4-year deal and he wanted 5. But I do wonder if play calling had anything to do with Mike McCarthy's mutual decision to move on from the Dallas Cowboys.
Could be. Could very well be. I think that would have been, kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a
we might have heard about it by now, but the fact that Jerry really did not address Mike McCarthy walking out of that building. He never really said why they decided not to bring him back or him decided not to stay, whether it was contract, whether it was play calling, whether it was maybe changes that ownership wanted that Mike McCarthy wasn't willing to do.
Why would you do that, though? And if his offense was so good the first year, this year he had nothing to work with, and his quarterback got hurt.
Yep.
So if you insist on you can't be the play caller, why? What's the reasoning? And that makes absolutely no sense. Well, that would be part of it.
It's all theory until somebody actually tells us what ultimately went wrong and caused the divorce. But when you hear the this and the that and you try to puzzle it all together, might not be all that different than, Mike, you're the head coach, but we want to keep Kellen as the play caller. Mike McCarthy ultimately wanted those duties, and you go back to Kellen Moore got the job from Scott Linehan because they thought he had better ideas in the meeting and Scott Linehan wouldn't put him in. Did Schottenheimer have better ideas or ideas that they thought would work better, but McCarthy wouldn't put him in because it wasn't his offense? And so if Jerry was like, here's the play caller now, who knows what's going on inside of those walls. But I thought it was very interesting that Jerry didn't even ramble on about Mike McCarthy and why he left. Normally Jerry will do that, and you got to figure out what the real answer is with what he says. And, man, today was not about Mike, and for that matter, it wasn't really about Schotty. Today was about Jerry Jones.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because John Machota interviewed Mike Zimmer.
Uh-huh.
And Zimmer was saying that he had a disagreement with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy wouldn't let him do and put in the defense completely the way he wanted to put it in. This is what Mike Zimmer told John Machota. So I suppose that could all be part of it, but Mike McCarthy's the head coach, and you're the head coach. You're the boss, and if your coordinators don't like it, that's too bad. Now, If that was a part of why he was let go or not re-signed or whatever the case may be, could very well be. But, so be it. But I would want that. You would want that. If you're the head coach of a football team, you're the boss.
Yep.
You're the boss of those coordinators. They do what you want to do because ultimately it's your head on the chopping block. So I don't blame Mike McCarthy at all if that's the case. But Zimmer didn't seem too happy about it, and he also goes on to say he's most likely retired from the game of football.
Yeah, because he said he wasn't going to be a part of Schotte's staff.
No.
Of course, it does look like Matt Eberflus will end up being the Cowboys defensive coordinator, although that's not official yet. Super Bowl is set. Let's talk about yesterday's championship games. Buffalo, man, they were so close.
So close.
Yet again.
Wow.
But it's Kansas City going for the three-peat. We're talking about it next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
One of the best things about living in San Antonio, South Texas, Central Texas, the fact that the weather can be so unpredictable, right? In the summertime, we all know it's hot. You get storms in here, those thunderstorms. They're fierce. And then, we just recently had those freezing temperatures. Certainly unpredictable. There's no doubt about it. But look, we all know Texas weather just doesn't do anything halfway, and, neither should your roofer. You need a local roofer you can trust, and, of course, I believe that's Stevens Roofing. You should believe it as well. Texas roofs aren't designed for winter weather. When ice and snow melt, that water can seep into the little cracks. Then it can refreeze. That creates bigger cracks. That could result in loose shingles that could actually damage your home. So you need a trusted professional. Stevens Roofing is that. They offer you free roof inspections. All right, so if you think there's something wrong with your roof or you just want to make sure there isn't anything wrong with your roof, call Stevens Roofing. Do it today, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them at stevensroofing.net. You don't want to let Texas weather catch you off guard, so call 210-785-0994. Do it now. Your roof keeps your family safe, and Stevens Roofing is here to make sure you always are covered. Stevens Roofing's been protecting Texas families one roof at a time. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
This is exactly where we want to be.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Super Bowl 59.
This is why you lift all them weights. This is why you do all that.
The Kansas City Chiefs are on the brink of NFL history, aiming for an unprecedented third consecutive Super Bowl victory. Standing in their way, the Philadelphia Eagles, hungry for revenge after their narrow loss to the Chiefs 2 years ago.
Let's go, let's go!
Can the Chiefs cement their destiny?
Yeah! Yeah!
Or will the Eagles soar to victory? Don't miss a moment of this historic matchup presented locally by Flight by England, the next generation of light beer.
It's showtime, let's go!
The action's right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Super Bowl 59.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? I guarantee she does. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates, attorneys at law. If you're considering divorce, it's absolutely crucial to understand your options right now. Don't let alimony catch you off guard. Protect what you've built and secure your hard-earned assets. Visit TexasDivorce.com. At Barton & Associates, we focus on navigating the complexities of divorce law to ensure you're not left vulnerable. Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Take control of the process or allow your spouse to dictate the terms. If you're serious about safeguarding what you have built and your financial future, Barton & Associates is the team for you. We'll act swiftly and decisively, ensuring that you're not taken advantage of. Call Barton & Associates at 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-million. Or visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
My name is Jessica. Years ago, I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition. I slept all the time, was fatigued, had no energy, and a bad attitude. Now I've lost 50 pounds and I'm still losing. My medications have been scaled back. My emotions are stable and I have lots of energy. People at work say I'm happy, perky, and my husband says he's not walking on eggshells around me any longer. The Institute for Functional Health changed my life.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself, testosterone therapy may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment you'll get with the experts at Synergenics Testosterone Weight Loss. Synergenics has over a decade of TRT experience. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagel210. I'm at Jason Minix. The station at SA Sports Star. Same on Instagram. In fact, Reinegel's got a video up on our Instagram page at SA Sports Star that he said genius.
Genius.
And so I want you to go watch the video and just comment genius or not genius. Everybody that does that will have a chance at winning a $50 gift card to the Melting Pot. Just watch the video, comment genius or not genius.
Genius. It's a lot quicker to just write genius. You don't have to worry about not.
Joe needs his ego stroked today.
I don't need anything stroked today.
Really?
Well, I'm just saying, not my
ego.
It's a
day that ends in Y,
it's
sir.
It's a genius take.
Yeah.
Genius.
You troll.
Genius take.
What was your genius take on the Buffalo Bills losing yet again to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs?
Well, first and foremost, it was one of the best football games I think I've seen in a long time. It was one hell of a game. It was two very good football teams going head-to-head, two good quarterbacks going head-to-head. And, look, the Chiefs just find a way to get it done. I mean, they just do, and they've been doing that for 3 years now. And I think the coaching staff of the Chiefs outcoached the Buffalo Bills in a way, but still that thing came right down to the wire. And, just a mistake or a play made. I do believe that Kansas City's players, and I will say this, their players made more clutch plays than Buffalo did. And I know that's obvious, but no, it's not. I just think that, Josh Allen needs to have some of his players step up the way Patrick Mahomes' players stepped up for him yesterday.
I agree. Well, dude, I thought it was a heavyweight fight.
It was.
They had guys making plays. They ran the ball well. I mean, Cook was incredible.
He was incredible.
His brother tweeted out $20 million a year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is that Dalvin?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Uh-huh.
You owe me $20 for a 12-pack.
That's how many yards he got.
Yeah. Jeez.
The idea, though, and you mentioned Andy Reid. That guy calls the perfect play every time.
Seems that way.
Spags called the perfect defense almost every time. And he wasn't as predictable. Tony Romo, I thought, was very good yesterday. really good, spot-on analysis, and a lot of times saying, well, this is what Spags normally does, and Spags didn't do it. But you could tell the play Buffalo called was preparing for what Tony said they expected coming from the defense. That corner blitz at the end on that fourth down play, that was incredible, although Dalton Kincaid should have caught that ball, and they should have blew him up for the drop the way they did Mark Andrews. I'll digress. But when you look at it, though, when a play needed to be made, Kansas City made it.
Yeah.
They're, like every game, 1 or 2, 3 questionable calls from the officiating, especially a fourth down spot. I thought that was a bad call. But at the same time, Buffalo can't run the tush-push.
No.
For whatever reason, with a big old quarterback like Josh Allen, how can they not get that done?
Well, because Josh Allen's pretty predictable on that thing, right? They said it during the broadcast yesterday. He goes to the left every time.
Yeah.
Why don't you just try right up the gut?
Well, again, that comes back to Joe Brady and the play caller.
Well, I suppose, or is that just Josh Allen improvising? Thinking he sees a crease there and goes left. But, I mean, after a while, if Romo knows that, I'm pretty sure that the Kansas City Chiefs defense knows it as well. At least if you're a Kansas City fan and you handled that tush-push pretty well yesterday, and you got a team that likes to do that a lot, you're going to face in the Super Bowl. That's encouraging, I would think.
It's bizarre. But again, for somebody with no dog in the fight, man, that was a damn good football game.
Damn good football game. No question about it. I had a dog in the fight. I had my green dollars in that fight, and it didn't turn out too well for me. Well, I thought it was Josh Allen's turn. I really thought he was going to get over the hump this time.
Yeah.
I love you, Dak.
You going to talk about his failures?
Who, Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, when Prescott plays in the AFC against Patrick Mahomes, maybe I'll give him a little bit of a break. Because I guarantee you, if Jerry Jones could, he'd take Josh Allen in a second over Dak Prescott, and just about every other team in the league would do the same thing.
Josh Allen is that guy. He's just going against Patrick Mahomes.
That's all it is. And Lamar Jackson the same way. Those guys can't get over the greatness that is Patrick Mahomes. And they're great quarterbacks in their own right, but they're just, unfortunately, they're in the wrong time in their career because Patrick Mahomes is that guy. He's the man.
It's crazy because now there's all this Kansas City hate, Kansas City fatigue. I don't remember that with Michael Jordan, but there are a lot of great players that never won titles because of Michael Jordan. And you go back and you think about Danny White, 3 NFC championship games, could never get over the hump. Jim Kelly, 4 Super Bowls, didn't get 1 win. And it's crazy how we judge quarterbacks. You judge quarterbacks on rings. Playoff success is what matters, but ultimately it's rings. And Josh Allen, at some point, I thought watching that game yesterday, it was his time when the fumble ball bounced right back to him. A couple of interceptions that Kansas City normally would make, bad throws by Josh Allen. Tony Romo saying, man, dude looks nervous. But they didn't turn the ball over.
No.
They didn't lose those fumbles. And you thought they were going to get it. They were finally going to break through and get it done. And Patrick Mahomes, man, that dude is just – and I'm ready to see history, partly because I don't want to watch Philadelphia celebrate. And my goodness, did you see Broad Street last night in Philly?
Yeah, it got crazy, didn't it?
All that craziness. We've seen it when they win. They can't do that. I mean, they talk about greasing the poles. I think the cop was messing around, but they arrested like a 6-year-old that was trying to climb a pole. Cop came and put him down and put his arms behind his. I was like, tell me they're not taking that kid downtown.
No, they're not. They've been taking him for ice cream. Look, I'm rooting for history. I want to see it now. That they're. I want to see them get the 3-peat. That's going to put Patrick Mahomes on a whole new level. I still don't think you can consider him better than Tom Brady yet, but it certainly will put him on a whole new level. And look, the guy's that good, and he just makes other people around him better, and it just always seems to make the right decisions. And we're witnessing one of the greatest players in NFL history. I don't think there's any question about it.
When you look at, and again, it's way too early for Mahomes to be in the Brady conversation, but I saw a comparison earlier today at this point in their career, Mahomes is outpacing Tom Brady.
Sure.
That's the crazy thing.
How old is Mahomes? 28, 27, 28?
I'd have to look it up.
He's still got a lot of time, and I mean, at this route, if they win this, it'll be his 4th Super Bowl. Am I correct on that?
No, he's got 4.
He's already got 4.
Well, yeah, no, he's got 3.
He's got 3.
He's got 3. He's lost 1.
Yeah.
This would be his 3rd in a row.
Right, it'd be his 4th overall.
And Tom Brady's never done that.
No, he's never done that.
Pledge has thrown up so many fingers up there. I think he's
27?
29. Oh.
Okay. All right, 29. He's older than I thought he was.
He's quarterback, man. He's got 10 more years, at least.
Well, we'll
Although,
see.
you wonder, was yesterday the last game for Travis Kelce at Arrowhead?
Well, I really thought he and Taylor Swift were going to go at it right there on the field after the game. I did, man. I thought that's whoa. We're about to watch a boom chicka wow wow.
Oh, it's okay. Did you get your popcorn ready?
I was looking. He'd take off those elf hose she was wearing, those red hose.
Elf
or
hose.
Leggings or whatever the hell those were. Woo!
Candy Lee.
Candy Lee. They look sweet. They seriously look like that's. I could see that right. That perfect ending, right? You got Travis Kelce, the Chiefs, winning another Super Bowl. He gets his Super Bowl ring, and he's got a ring for her, right there on the field. Right after they get the hardware, and Travis goes down to a knee.
Glad you said knee.
I'm a Swiftie. Swiftie, will you marry me? And don't make me sign a
probably call her
prenup.
up Caitlin.
Oh, that was creepy.
Well, Caitlin was there
I
too.
like that you're here.
Apparently, she's a big Chiefs fan. Go figure.
She's a Taylor fan.
She's a Taylor fan.
She's both.
They look like besties.
They are now. It's crazy. But you do wonder, was that it for Travis Kelce? I mean, the way he played against the Texans, I fell for it. He actually kept me from winning yesterday on my pick'em entry on Underdog Fantasy. The one that didn't turn green was higher for Travis Kelce's total yards. But fun playing, and, one more big game coming up, and, of course, all the basketball in between. If you want to win some money while watching all the games, do like me and 5 million other happy players that have won more than $2 billion just by choosing higher or lower on predicted stats on the Pick'em game. It is so much fun to play, and all you have to do, higher or lower. You can mix football with basketball, although now we're getting into basketball only. Obviously, with the big game coming up 2 weeks from yesterday, you want to go download the Underdog Fantasy app, the only pick'em platform that puts the power to cash out in your hands. You can either keep riding with your entry or tap the Win Now button to cash out whenever you want. They've got the double flex option where you can even take 2 L's and turn them into a W. Underdog Rescues. You can get your money back and receive a promo if an early injury causes your entry to lose. Underdog is the best place to play Pick'em. So download the Underdog app, sign up, use my promo code STAR, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, promo code STAR. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use promo code STAR when you sign up at Underdog.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up. It's golf.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Have you avoided getting your T levels checked? Why continue to live with low energy or low libido potentially caused by low testosterone? Make a New Year's resolution and go to Synergenics. Their personalized TRT goes beyond standard treatments, and they have GLP-1 weight loss options as well. For current patients, Synergenics offers a $150 referral credit whenever you refer a new patient. Get started. Book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com.
To help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Joel, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
Well, Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now he's got to assemble a staff. Looks like he's got a defensive coordinator. We'll see. Matt Eberflus, who was the head coach of the Chicago Bears at one time, is expected to get that job. Eberflus coming into the Star today for an interview, and again, is expected to get that job. Will the Kansas City Chiefs make history? They're going for 3 straight against the Eagles in New Orleans on February 9th.
This SportsCenter update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. You can always subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Comment there. Hit the thumbs up button. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. On a Monday, Super Bowl is set. We didn't get into Philly blowing out Washington.
We didn't.
50 burger.
I felt bad for Philly. Not Philly, but for Washington.
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you got to hang on to the football. And I will say.
Did you bet Washington?
I did.
There you go.
But I won. I kind of split that bet because on the app that I bet on, you can bet team totals, right? So I bet Washington over 21.5. They barely got there, but they got there.
They got there.
So that's all that matters.
all that matters.
But yeah, the big loss was the Buffalo Bills. I really had a good feeling about that game, and it could have gone either way.
I picked Kansas City,
but it didn't.
I picked Kansas City.
Well, good for you.
Cowboys officially introduced Brian Schottenheimer as the head coach today. Nice press conference that was more about Jerry than anything, but I know Cowboy fans are, for the most part, not excited about this hire. So if you want to get it off your chest, we're giving away a $50 gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. It's Mellow Monday. Just, you want to get it off your chest when you're on the phone. If we decide, you know what, you need a pizza, you need some good comfort food, we're going to hook you up with that gift card. Just random, not caller 9, none of that stuff. We'll do that for Co-Wetzel tickets in a while. But, you want a pizza? You want to get it off your chest? Maybe you're excited that Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach. We haven't had one of those yet today.
I'd like to hear that.
Is anybody out there excited? Crickets.
Yeah.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Are you willing to give Brian Schottenheimer a chance? Because I will say, the guy won his press conference today. And if we weren't also negative about the hire, if that were one of the names that everybody was hoping for the press conference today, you'd be eating it up. Because he is a great communicator. Hearing him speak the last couple of years as the Cowboys offensive coordinator, I don't know why he did weekly press conferences since he didn't call plays, but he did. I've always enjoyed listening to Brian Schottenheimer's conversations. We didn't play a lot of them, the clips on the show, because, well, he's a non-play calling offensive coordinator. But I do think he is a smart football guy that is a solid communicator. Maybe it turns out to be the right hire, but, man, as a lifelong Cowboy fan, I'm not excited about this hire. It does nothing for me to instill excitement in the Dallas Cowboys that they moved on from Mike McCarthy and they replaced him with somebody better. And I hope Brian Schottenheimer proves me wrong.
Well, he very well might. And everything you just said about him is absolutely true. The guy's a football guy, obviously. His father was a good football coach, so he's grown up around it. He's been a coordinator in a lot of different spots. The resume is not all that great as a coordinator. However, he has interviewed for head coaching jobs. We found out today before, just has never gotten one of them. And he wasn't in demand this go-around either. But there were a lot of so-called geniuses out there that other teams wanted to take a chance on. I was just looking at Aaron Glenn up there in his press conference today. So, look, it remains to be seen. But I don't care who you are. I don't care if you resurrect Tom Landry. If you don't have players on the field, if your general manager is not going to put a team out there, there's only so much you can do. I mean, I thought Mike McCarthy did a hell of a job this year with working with nothing. And with the injuries that they had, I mean, he to win 7 games with the team that he had, I think is absolutely genius. And he's gone. So I don't care who you are. You need a team around you.
You do. And again, I think there's probably more there than you do, just with some of the injuries last year and guys coming back. The Cowboys did say today they could actually be players in free agency, so we'll see if that actually does happen. But you think about Brian Schottenheimer. Jerry Jones today talked about why fans should buy into Schotty.
Our fans have been very patient.
Not really, Jerry.
Very patient.
Not really.
And through you to them, I want to tell them how appreciative that I am of the support and of their interest in the Dallas Cowboys. Now, there's a whole bunch of those fans that look and are interested because they want to see me grovel, whatever it is. But I'm not putting that up there much. But to those fans who have been with us, this decision to bring Schotty in is risky. It's not a Hail Mary at all in any way. But it's founded over some very unique, as I started off, unique sets of circumstances. I know how much our fans are into the Dallas Cowboys. And for me to be into it is no solace at all. We're interested, they're interested, I'm interested in getting to those playoffs and winning. This is the best way that we can go to the playoffs and win.
And win.
And win.
In the playoffs.
Wow, that'd be a nice change of pace.
It would be. Because at least Jerry is recognizing that there is a long drought when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Steven, as tone deaf as this sounds, actually uses air quotes when talking about the so-called drought.
Obviously, we're also evaluating where it didn't go right, in terms of, this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl. And
people say, what do you call it, Steven? You haven't been there in 30 freaking years.
Yeah, I don't know what the
so-called drought that people say we're in.
Definition of a drought is. But the air quotes, if you watch the video, you couldn't, obviously, if you're listening on the radio, you can't see that. But, I mean, the air quotes, that's just out of touch, Steven. That really is out of touch. 30 years since they've been to an NFC Championship game. How long is it? Well, then they were at a divisional not too long ago, and they retired Tom Brady, and then they lost in that round.
It was a couple of years ago.
In San Francisco, I believe.
I mean, Mike McCarthy did get one playoff win, but nobody remembers that. According to Wikipedia, a drought is a period of drier than normal conditions. A drought can last for days, months, or years. Drought often has large impacts on the ecosystem, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This drought that people say we're in.
You're in one, Steven.
I'd say it's a drought. This
isn't breaking news.
This is like one of those pictures where you see a riverbank and it's like the mud's crumbling up and it's that dry and yeah, this is not good. Somebody was making fun of your quarterback that Jaden Daniels now has as many playoff wins as Dak Prescott.
Sure.
I'm just saying. I thought that was interesting.
Sure.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
Okay.
I mean, and Pledge has to chime in. C.J. Stroud, too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, too. Yeah, how about that?
And they all have the same number of Super Bowls.
Wow.
I mean, the standard, and this is what's comical as a Cowboy fan. And it doesn't bother me at all, although people like to egg you with that, because even yesterday, the Cowboys were in the minds of the Eagles and the Commandees fans. They're all at the game tailgating. Dallas sucks. Dude, you guys are in the NFC Championship game chanting about the Dallas Cowboys, right?
Oh.
In your head. Always, right? Why is a team that is in a so-called drought, hasn't been in an NFC Championship game in 30 years, the standard, the benchmark? Dak playoff wins? That's the standard?
Because as much as you hate the Eagles and the Commandskins and the Giants, those teams hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
It is lovely. Fred, I give you a lot of credit, my friend. I didn't think you were going to have the balls to call in today. You're on the Blitz.
Well, Mix, I got to give it to you. I will blame this, though, on you guys. All week I had Cowboy and Giant fans saying, man, I'm rooting for you guys. Oh, I love your rookie quarterbacks. No. I wanted you guys to keep that same energy because you guys jinxed us. Y'all brought that loser energy and put it on us because all year I kept hearing y'all guys don't deserve to be in playoffs. Y'all are one and done.
I don't know what show you were listening to.
Everybody has a good rookie season, and you jinxed us.
No,
thank you, man.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. And look, I love Jaden Daniels. You've heard me talking about that kid since he was a freshman at Arizona State. Cliff Kingsbury, covered him in high school. Fan of and friend of Cliff. Some of those old Cowboys, man. And I hate the Eagles. Love the fact that their mayor can't even spell out Eagles correctly.
I agree.
And while I was polling for Washington, it was more against Philadelphia. But if you know what my picks were, I picked Philadelphia. They were the better team, and they put a 50-burger on you.
Whatever. And actually, for the record, Joe Cool, it took Jaden Daniels 5 months to win as much playoff games as Dak Prescott.
Wow.
9 years. You know who's excited for the head coaching job in Dallas? This guy. I'm excited. I can't wait. I love it. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, Jerry.
Absolutely.
But I will let you rip me for a little bit, Jason, because you've been a good sport.
Fred,
so
man, I mean, look, I could tell you, I don't know if after a devastating loss in the NFC Championship game, if I can actually call it happy hour, but at least you're getting half-price drinks wherever you are right now, and we appreciate you calling in because that's what it's all about. Floyd, Larry, Alex, we see you there. I know you guys want to talk about Schottenheimer. Those calls coming up in yours if you want to grab a line when somebody drops off. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
You know, I get up every morning and look forward to taking a shower. Why is that, Joe? Well, because I have a Connecticut quality water softener. And I tell you what, you get out of the shower, you just feel cleaner. It's fantastic. Much cleaner. I love it. Look, Connecticut's a game changer. There's no question about it. It is an absolute game changer. And I didn't think it would be that way. When they put that Connecticut quality water softener in my house, I thought, well, this can't be any better than that. But it is. And, I mean, it's not even close. It is not even close. It is the best thing I've ever had in my house when it comes to water softeners, bar none. It's incredible. What I love about it, too, is the fact that you don't plug it in. Doesn't run on electricity. I love that. But it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Outstanding warranty coverage. In fact, the best in the business. But I don't think you're ever going to use it. I have had not one problem with my Connecticut quality water softener. I mean, it just works like it is supposed to do day after day after day. And right now, the fine folks at Connecticut, for a limited time, will give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station, and they'll even install it right there at your kitchen sink. Also going to give you $400 off your trade-in of your old water softener. You can get rid of that and get the best. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, but you don't want to wait on this because the offer will end soon. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. How do you do that? Well, you pick up the phone and you dial 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can find them at ConnecticutSA.com. You guys know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the best water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Milo's Rewards Week is coming, and it's kind of a big deal. Members, get ready for 7 days of up to 40% off store-wide on hundreds of items. Save on the top brands in bath, tools, paint, and more. Our biggest member deals are on January 30th through February 5th. So if you're not a loyalty member, now's the time to join for free. Lowe's knows home improvement. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra-titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for my good friends over at Prize Picks. It is now or never. The big game is almost here. Don't miss out on the last big one of the season. And Prize Picks is the absolute best place to win cash while watching the big game. And I'm talking about serious cash, 1,000 times your money. And it is so easy to do. And on top of that, we've got money for you. Just check out the promos tab to tail any of our super sweet Millie winners. Big game lineups, you can get them. If you tail a lineup that goes 3 for 3, you can win up to $1 million. That's part of the promo finds. That's why you go to Prize Picks. I'll tell you what, you want some cash? Use the code Alamo. You get $50 instantly after you play your first game. That's a $5 lineup with 2 times the money. Let's go play Prize Picks. You've been putting it off all year long, or you've been playing along with the other 10 million. Prize Picks is the place to be. Go run your game.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson, and I've represented folks here in San Antonio injured by negligent drivers for more than 30 years. If you or a family member has been seriously injured, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400. I've heard from many of my clients that after they were involved in a collision, they would get phone calls asking them to hire an attorney. This is highly irregular and probably illegal. Any attorney that is trying to contact you either directly or through a marketing company is not the kind of attorney that you should trust with such a serious matter. Quite frankly, it's creepy. If you call me, we will speak directly. If you hire me, it will be after you and I have talked. I will explain what I can do for you, and you can decide what you would like me to do next. The phone call and the consultation are free. Getting a smart result requires that you make smart decisions along the way, and that's my job, to help you and your family make smart decisions, and that's based on more than 30 years of experience. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Jason Thompson, at 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Getting your guaranteed maximum refund with TaxSlayer feels like saddling up and chasing down.
Look at that sweet moolah!
That big old cash cow.
Look at all that money!
File with TaxSlayer Simply Free and get your guaranteed maximum refund. Simply Free is available to a limited number of taxpayers. See taxslayer.com for eligibility.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Dude, I got respect
for
Mark G on our YouTube page. Says, mellow mushroom pizza is delicious, guys. I don't care who the Cowboys coach is. I'm a Cowboy fan till I effing die.
There you go.
I respect that.
There you
Mark,
go.
Good job.
Even Shay says, Shotty is the Fred's fish fry of NFL coaches.
You know, I like that, too. That's pretty good. Fred's fish fry.
It's funny.
Dude, speaking of that, when are we going to take our trip to Fred's?
Never.
We got to do that.
At some point we will.
All right.
But the longer, I mean, once we go, the bit's over.
Oh, well, that's true.
Somebody brought us Fred's fish fry to one of our events one time.
They did.
Hate to say we didn't eat it.
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, I got to be honest. We didn't eat it. I mean, one, you brought it to us at another restaurant, and by the time we got around to it, it was frozen again.
Yeah, it was very, very kind of you, though.
Uh-huh.
But we'll do. I have to try it at some point in time.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Guys, how's it going?
It's going.
Life is good.
Happy New Year and all that stuff.
Well, thank you.
But for God's sake, man, the absolute definition of insanity is expecting a different result when you do the same damn thing over and over and over again. It's literally like watching somebody ram their head into a wall and then saying, oh, no, it'll be all right this time, and then they ram it into the same spot, you know? It's just unbelievable. You know, first of all, when the season began, I was already saying we weren't going to make the playoffs, and my son looked at me like I needed a lobotomy, and I'm like, no, man, we're just not going to make it. I know we're going to find a way to screw up. We're going to do something stupid. We had Derrick Henry offering us a hometown discount, and we didn't get him. And then, you know, I've had friends of mine say, well, you know what, it's cool when Jerry passes, and I don't want to wish bad on the old guy.
Really?
That his sons will be okay. Well, no, okay, a little bit, okay? But listen, you know, you go in and you think, okay, some people say his sons will be all right. Well, Stephen just proved that he's the same cat. He is the same exact cat as his father. Yes, they're good at making money, but for the love of God, will you please let some people in there that make football decisions make the football decisions? I mean, that's why we don't have a three-peat. We could have done it back in the day. We could have won at least 1 or 2 Super Bowls if they would just let the professionals do the job. That's like, you know, me going in and expecting I could do a better job than Bobby Flay. Give me a break, man.
I can. I hear what you're saying. That's too much common sense, Alex.
It is, but also I look at the idea of there are football guys in that building. I mean, Will McClay is the de facto general manager. He does everything a GM does, but he doesn't have the title. Jerry is the ultimate decision maker, just like most of the owners are. I get it, the frustration. He went out and hired a Bill Parcells at one point, tried to do something different, got the same result. I think Mike McCarthy was his version of trying to Bill Parcells' route again. And who did Parcells get followed up by? Was it Chan Gailey?
Oh, my.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Floyd, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
All right. Yeah. Well, first of all, I enjoy the show, so I'm glad that you guys are on the air.
Well, thank you.
Let me just say this about Cliff Kingsbury. I thought the Cowboys missed out on 2 opportunities. They could have got Harbaugh, and then they could have got Cliff Kingsbury because, I mean, he's still getting paid by Arizona. To me, it's all about money. I mean, with Jerry. I mean, he wants to get somebody El Cheapo, and you're not going to get a great coach at a cheap price, and that's what he's trying to do. And what he has done in getting Marty Ball, because that's what they're going to be running. I mean, the guy's his dad, that's all he is run the ball all the time. You know, and maybe he plans to get some offensive linemen in the draft that'll play for him. I doubt it. We'll see what happens. Thank you.
Thank you, Floyd.
Hey, Larry, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, I just want to say congratulations, guys. The station sounds better and better every day. And I wish you could say something like that about the Cowboys. I'm sorry. I don't know how anybody, unless you're in the Jerry Jones family, how you can be a Cowboys fan ever again. Nothing made me laugh harder than the Philadelphia game and the Philly fans going up to Jerry Jones saying, hey, we love you guys. You're awesome. Like, wow. I mean, I thought it was bad when Danny White was quarterback. I thought that was bad. But I don't know what Jerry Jones is doing, but somebody in his family, you know, it's almost, I hate to get political, it's almost like Joe Biden. Somebody needs to tell Jerry, you're not the guy. You know, you're just not the guy.
Larry, I can't tell. Are you a Cowboy fan or not?
No. I left that dream and fantasy long ago.
So
that's what makes it so sad.
What team do you root for now?
Well, I'll be honest, and I'm not now because of them. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm a Cardinals fan, and I really like Kyler Murray a lot. I like Bruce Arians. I almost became a Dolphins fan when Bruce went where he went, but you know, I just saw potential there. I don't see potential with the Cowboys. I just don't.
All right,
and I'm sorry.
Do you have Cardinal? Like, do you wear a Cardinal golf shirt to work? Cardinal cap? I mean, do you have gear?
I have gear, but I don't. Well, I'm too broke to buy good gear, but I have gear. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, I used to be in radio, so I mean, anyway.
Well, radio's like
anyway,
coaches,
I love
man.
you
You
guys.
used to switch
Keep doing what you're doing, and I don't know, light a couple of thousand candles for the Cowboys. All right.
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate
it. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. It's comical. We still
that was
have
funny.
We still have that Mellow Mushroom gift card to give away.
I know we got to give it to somebody.
Well, somebody's got to win it. I might need it. I need the comfort food.
Yeah, that actually sounds really good.
Mellow Mushroom?
Yes.
Yes.
It really does.
Always does. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We'll do more Cowboy calls coming up, but we are running out of show. And we do have some Cole Wetzel tickets to give away.
Cole Wetzel.
Can you name a Cole Wetzel song?
I cannot. I probably know one or two, but I couldn't tell you the name of it.
If you know a Cole Wetzel song and you want to go see Cole Wetzel at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, we have your tickets right now. Just be caller number 9, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. In honor of the 9th coach that Jerry Jones has hired, be caller number 9. You're going to go see Cole Wetzel. If you don't win your tickets, you can always buy them at sarodeo.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Tuesday on the Morning Huddle, we were introduced to Brian Schottenheimer. First thoughts.
And we'll preview a strong Tuesday slate in college hoops. Plenty to talk about. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra-titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, I got you something. What's this? Just a little Galentine's gift from JTV.
Do you mean jewelry television? I love their jewelry. They have the
New customers get $25 off their first purchase of $75 or more. Visit jtv.com/romance.
Yeah, their artisan collections, gorgeous.
Are you going to open your gift?
Oh, yeah. It's the pearl bracelet.
New customers receive $25 off their first purchase of $75 or more. Visit jtv.com/romance.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-292-7788. 800-292-7788.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603, 800-505-9603.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? It seems impossible to find them. Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Howdy.
Still have a $50 gift card to give away to Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah, we do.
There have been a lot of fans that I'm like, you might get pizza, and then nah.
You know, we have a melting pot, too. We didn't do that.
No, we did that on Instagram.
Oh, we did?
Or we're doing that on Instagram.
Okay.
Agreed? Or no?
I'm a genius, obviously. That's the
not
consensus.
Genius. But that's up to Ryan to pick the winner.
Oh,
there.
Ryan's picking that winner. Okay.
Yeah. Now, you can go watch Joe's Genius video
yes.
on Instagram at SA Sports Star. And just comment with that great troll video. Genius or not genius? Did you record that one today?
Yes.
All right.
Of course. When did you think I recorded it?
I don't know. It sounded like one you did like 3 weeks ago and 8 weeks ago and 9 weeks ago.
Well, nothing changes when it comes to that.
Except we got Brian Schottenheimer as
Shotty
the new
to
head
the
coach.
rescue. I was going to do one on the crooked referees in yesterday's game, but
couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Look, I'm not one of those guys. I mean, I think
you're not.
No, they miss calls in every game.
It
just always seems like it's one-sided. But look, that was one hell of a football game. I mean, that was just a damn good football game.
It was. When you don't have a dog in the fight, even if you're betting, but when you don't have a rooting interest. I mean, obviously, if you win your bet, you're happy. If you lose your bet, you're not. But that's gambling.
Yes.
But to have your heart ripped out, like Bills fans, man.
Oh, gosh.
Commandees fans, I can imagine if you're a fan of Washington, you're disappointed today, but you're not heartbroken because this was gravy. Bills fans, distraught. They have to be.
They have to be because they can't get over that Patrick Mahomes hump. And that's the problem. And they had opportunities yesterday. You know, after that, and I think we can all agree it was a questionable spot on that fourth down play. That's fine. Kansas City goes down and score, but Buffalo goes down and ties the game up. So, you know, it was just about they made one more play than Buffalo did. And then, you know, Kincaid could have caught that ball, and that would have changed the whole outcome of that ball game.
I mean, that's it. Kincaid's drop, which isn't getting near enough play. Frank Bateo on YouTube says, my heart is hurting. You should get the gift card. No, dude. No. Nope. Alexandra says, how about donkey or not donkey? I like the way you think, Alexandra.
Yeah.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Cowboy fans, how you feeling about Brian Schottenheimer as your new head coach? Somebody in the next 20 minutes is going to call in as Cowboy fan and get a $50 gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. Real quick, though, while you guys are calling in talking Cowboys, on the TV in the studio, Rory and Tiger are talking with Scott Van Pelt. That golf thing is tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
The TGL. Now that, man, I got to start finding new shows to watch. I gave this a solid 5 minutes a couple weeks ago and turned it off.
That's nice of you.
It didn't capture me. I thought it was dumb. And I'm apparently in the minority here, and maybe I just caught a bad 5 minutes. When I turned it on, I didn't know what the hell was going on, and it didn't hold my attention at all, and I bounced. Seeing Rory and Tiger play, is this worth tuning into tonight? Because I know we played the other night, and I totally went home and didn't watch any of it, and apparently he picked a really bad team. He's like the Michael Jordan of picking his TGL squad.
Did you see his kid was talking trash to him, too?
Good.
Tiger's kid was talking trash to him. I thought that was funny. But it's Rory's team against Tiger's team tonight. I mean, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And Pledge, if he would quit watching TV, would answer those phone calls there so we can get him on. So Rory and Tiger in a golf simulator. Am I really going to go home and watch this and be entertained tonight?
Yes. Well, you may not. I mean, most people will be.
Why?
Well, because it's fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of good competition here. I love the fact that they talk trash to each other. I like that. The crowd can talk trash as well. And I just, it's different. It's something different. And what I like about it is that, us everyday Joes can find a place like that and play as well. And I think that's awesome. And that's really catching on, that simulated golf stuff.
It's fun. Like when you can roll in and say, I want to play Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
And play Pebble Beach.
That is fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't have fun watching these guys play Pebble Beach? Although I don't know what golf course they're going to play, but
it's Tiger's team versus Rory tonight. This is the big matchup.
Well, sure.
I mean, they're doing all. I mean, look at the stage setup they've got on TV. Like I'm looking at this going, all right, this seems that way. Is it going to start now?
Wow.
Does it start at 6 o'clock?
Starts at 6 o'clock,
so it'll be over
by
the time we get home. All right, well, that sucks.
Well, not
so now
really.
I got to figure out what to watch.
It goes an hour, doesn't it?
It goes an hour?
It's an hour or two, Pledge. What is it?
We get off work at 6, sir. I get home at 6:30-ish or whatever, and I don't know.
It's an hour and a half, looks like.
Hey, college basketball starts at 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably won't watch.
No, I'm not.
I do need to find some new shows. If anybody has some suggestions, at Jason Munix, at Joe Reinagle 210.
Yes, I could use that too.
I'm running out of the internet now that football season is down to one game.
Well, we may start the one. What was the one you were watching that you said was good?
Which one?
Dude, I don't know.
Night Agent?
Maybe that's
Night Agent Season 2 dropped
season
the other
2.
day.
See, I could do that because
I saw
season 1. I did.
We've been watching, it's on Peacock. It's called Laid.
Laid?
Yes.
Like L-A-I-D?
Yeah, exactly that.
Wow.
It's very interesting. They're good short episodes, kind of funny.
Is it?
Primeval is fantastic. I've already finished that.
Really?
Yes.
What's that on?
Netflix.
Primeval.
That's fantastic.
Is it a cop show?
No.
Scary?
No. Just watch.
All right.
Just
Primeval. All right. I would imagine Maggie and I will start something tonight.
Lioness is fantastic, but I've seen that one.
Yeah. Is that the one where the
like the female CIA agent?
Yeah, I think that's
secret operative stuff.
Well,
yeah.
We'll find something for sure.
Yeah. Lots of channels out there.
There are, especially.
But I feel like I'm almost at the end of the internet. I need some more suggestions. Because I look there and go, what's that? Like if I see people talking about stuff, I'll go, all right, let me try that one. Go that route.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the phones and talk Brian Schottenheimer, who clearly doesn't have time to watch TV right now. He's got to build a coaching staff. Hey, Armando, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, boss. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I grew up a Cowboy fan since I could walk. If I would root for anybody else, I'd be shot in my own home. But it's just in your blood. That's all you can say. All this whole deal about Jerry Jones, it ain't going to change till we get rid of another general manager. And you know how that's going to happen.
That ain't going to happen.
It's not happening.
And then, exactly, that's what I mean. It ain't going to happen. But you got all these people calling in about they're not Cowboy fans, but they'd rather be a Cardinal fan. Give me a break.
That's one dude that's been drinking.
Yeah, and, loyalty is everything in Texas. And we grew up with the Cowboy fan. We will die as a Cowboy fan. Win or lose, you're still going to be blue and gray. And I played high school football back in the 80s at, of course, Odessa Permian Mojo. Most people don't understand where the word mojo came from. And they call it all this voodoo and black magic. But in reality, mojo, that's a different story. If you want to hear it, I can tell you some history on.
Well, you need to send a little mojo up to the Star in Frisco for old
exactly.
Shotty. Give him a little mojo.
Exactly. But if you're either going to be a Cowboy fan, you're either going to love him or hate him. End of story.
That's it.
Jerry Jones, he's a businessman, and he does whatever he needs for his business, his organization. But all these fly-by U-Hauls that, they're going to jump team to team every time they change their freaking underwear, that's ridiculous.
There you go.
Armando,
hang on the line. Hang on the line. You might end up with a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom, and mainly just because I thought you were going to go all Al Bundy and the 4 touchdowns you scored at Polk High there when you started talking about your time at Odessa Permian. Hey, Walter, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Hey, man. Hey, here's the thing. We always were waiting for the coach of the century to take over, that sort of stuff. We got to give Schottenheimer a chance here. Until Jerry changes, which is not going to happen, we got to give him a chance here. He's a dude that's want to make a name for himself. He's following after his father's footsteps, and let's give him a shot. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's all we can do now. You're stuck with him for 4 years.
That's it.
Yep. Well, I don't know, stuck with him. Let's just see. I mean, the thing is, he wants to make a name for himself, so, let's just do what we can to support him and see what happens.
All right, Walter, other than him just having the job and being the head coach of the team, what'd I say, Walter?
Walter.
Armando. No, this is Walter.
Armando or Walter?
It's Walter.
Oh, sorry, Walter.
Yeah, see, it's Walter when it turns the different color there.
Is that how that works?
I mean, how many years have you worked here?
I'm just saying. I don't know, yellow, red, pink. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, the one that's got the on-air light flashing.
Yeah, go ahead and continue your conversation with Walter.
Walter.
Yeah.
Walter, hey, better known as Wally Dog.
All right,
Wally Dog.
All right, Wally.
I know a guy named Vin Dog.
Oh, Vinny Vincent over at Channel 5. Let's not get sidetracked.
All right, sorry, yeah.
Walter, other than him being the head coach, and all right, now we got to see what happens. Did you hear anything today that gets you excited about anything being different than what we've seen, just being promoted in off of Mike McCarthy's staff?
You know what? He was very well spoken. I was kind of impressed with that. He's very well spoken, that sort of thing. So we'll just have to wait and see. And he's obviously going to be the play caller. Don't know what that's about exactly, but we'll have to wait and see. But we got to give him a chance. We don't have any choice.
That's true.
We got to get behind.
Well, that's it. We don't have any choice. Although I will say, hang on a line, Walter. The idea, though, in our business, it's great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Because good, bad, or indifferent, you guys will have things to complain about.
So is Jerry going to go to the Senior Bowl now that he's hired his head coach?
He might, but he's told Shotty he can't go. You got to stay home and hire a staff.
Jerry can go.
Yeah, Jerry can do what the hell he wants. Rudy, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Oh, how you doing, fellas? Here, a Cowboys fan, lifelong Cowboys fan. But I like the hire. I think it's a low-key hire. I mean, who did y'all want? Who's out there that y'all guys really wanted? And the ESPN cameras to keep looking at them every 5-10 minutes. But
you were not a Deion fan? Is that what I'm hearing, Rudy?
Deion, it's kind of the same hire as Brian. I mean, it's not the same. It's
not
Jerry is still going to.
Rudy. I mean, Deion at least there's excitement.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think one of the reasons why so many Cowboy fans are down on Brian Schottenheimer, he might be great. He might suck. But there's no hope that this is going to be anything than an extension of what we've had with Mike McCarthy. And quite frankly, I don't think that you got a better coach today than the one that had the job 2 weeks ago. And part of that is Brian Schottenheimer hasn't had a chance to prove himself as a head coach, but he's Marty's boy. And his dad, longtime great head coach.
Oh, yeah, man. He comes from a big coaching tree. Hugh Jackson with Tony Sperano.
Absolutely. Well, and look at his dad, and that's why I kind of feel like Jerry, Steven, it's all family. Well, your dad was a coach. You can be a coach. But, and Jerry talked about it being a thorough search, but they didn't interview a Ben Johnson. They didn't interview an Aaron Glenn. They didn't interview some of the hot candidates that were out there. It felt like it was either going to be Kellen Moore or it was going to be Brian Schottenheimer. Hell, I would have rather seen Cliff Kingsbury get the job.
Does that make you feel better, Rudy, that he got Dak's approval?
They got Dak's approval. We keep everything the same. We were right there on the doorstep of the playoffs.
Mike McCarthy got Dak's approval, too.
Yeah, but Mike McCarthy's without a job now. He's screwed himself.
But Dak wanted Mike McCarthy to keep the job, and and obviously Brian Schottenheimer ends up with it. Appreciate the call. I'm glad all of us I think are going to come around. Armando, you're going to get that $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Congratulations.
Yeah, way to go, Armando.
Get some info from you. You just got to go over there and act like Al Bundy when you walk in there. Tell those good people there at Mellow Mushroom about those times you scored touchdowns with the Mojo.
Yeah.
Get a Mojo
He was going to give us the history of Mojo.
He was.
Yeah.
But we all have Friday Night Lights for that.
Well, we only have a 4-hour show.
That'd be in the 8 o'clock hour.
Exactly. Hey, tell Pledge all about it.
Exactly. Pledge has nothing else to do. When you look at it, though, if today's press conference was a hire that people were excited about, we would all be talking very differently, because I do think Brian Schottenheimer, when Jerry let him talk today, won the press conference. He had a great introductory press conference.
He did.
He said a lot of things that Cowboy fans should be excited about that were not yet, because it's Brian Schottenheimer.
Uh-huh.
It was a hire. You hired a guy that nobody else seemed interested in hiring. And right or wrong, optics, it's not there. It's drafting an offensive lineman when you had a shiny running back that was right there, or you traded up in the first round to get that guy when everybody else had a third-round grade on him. It kind of feels like a big reach for the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe it's not. Maybe we should give Jerry and Steven a little bit more credit for the thoroughness in their job search that they told us was there. But we know of 4 official interviews, and 2 of them seem like they were required interviews by the NFL.
Look, we won't know, obviously, right? He's got to go out and see what he can do. Again, though, I think it's going to be really important. This offseason is going to be huge. What is Jerry going to do? How's he going to find some money? Is he going to restructure Dak and CD, restructure Trayvon? There's a lot of guys out there. What's going to happen with Zach Martin? There's a lot of questions right now. And I think the draft obviously is very important, but I would like to see the Cowboys be able to go out and at least add a couple, 2 or 3 veteran players that can come in here and contribute right away and help Schotty out. Because, look, even the most experienced of coaches like Mike McCarthy can't win with a team like was on the field this year. Injuries had a lot to do with that. But I don't care who you are or how great you are as a head coach. If you don't have players out there that can play, you're not going to look very good, and that's the issue. This offseason for Brian Schottenheimer is going to be huge.
It is, and really it starts right now. I want to see what the staff looks like. I feel like I'm in the minority on this one, but I do like the idea of Matt Eberflus coming in as the defensive coordinator.
I don't have a problem with that.
And he doesn't have to manage an offensive unit down the stretch in the final 2 minutes. Let Eberflus do what he does best, and that's defensive coordinator. And Flus, I think, will end up with a head coaching job again somewhere down the road, just not in Dallas. But I like the idea of bringing him back as the defensive coordinator. And then what do they do as offensive? The guy that had Brian's old job, the non-play calling offensive coordinator, and who's going to end up being the quarterback's coach? Because Scott Tolzien is also out. So it will be interesting. I mean, the next couple of days when they start announcing the hires for this staff, I think are going to be very telling for Brian Schottenheimer and success in year one.
Now, there's no question about that. And it starts with that defensive coordinator. I got no problem with Matt Eberflus. I really don't. I have no problem with that. I think he'll be fine. As a head coach, he was not good. I mean, he just was not good. So head coaching may be out. Who knows the future. But I think coming in as a defensive coordinator, and he's got some players to work with, especially with Micah Parsons coming back, which we all think will happen, and he'll get a big bag of money to go with it. Again, though, running back I think is important. Rico, unless they're sold on him, I still think you need another running back. Obviously, somebody that can spell him, and CD needs somebody on the outside. There's some holes to fill. And then you got to figure out what's going on with that offensive line. Defensive line, DeMarcus Lawrence, is he going to stick around or will he be a free agent casualty? So a lot of question marks for the Cowboys to answer this offseason.
The Morning Huddle gets you going tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 a.m. with Rob and AJ. Coming up next, extra innings with Pledge. We're back tomorrow at 2 here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Taking you home with The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville.